And we welcome you to Skyhawk Field in West Madison, West Virginia. Tonight, Video Productions presents exciting high school football. It's the number one team in Class AA, 3-0, the Independence Patriots, taking on the number 22 ranked Scott Skyhawks. They're 1-2. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. KB is here producing and directing. Chris Farish is doing stats as always as we welcome you into the Greenbrier Automotive pregame show. And Eric, we think we're going to have one heck of a football game between Scott and Independence, and especially if it's anything like it was a year ago in Coal City, where Independence got the big lead. Scott came back, and Independence had to hold them off at the end.
Yeah, and Scott was really game with Independence last year on the road, and it'll take that kind of effort tonight to stick with the number one Patriots.
Yeah, Independence has been very consistent in their 3 wins. They beat Herbert Hoover in a game that you and I did, 37-34. They got off to a big lead. Herbert Hoover came back, took the lead, and then Independence able to win it at the end.
And that win is going to loom big for this Independence Patriot team, as I think early on in the season, no one really gave them a chance to really win that game against Herbert Hoover. And as you see, Herbert Hoover went on the road, hosted Nitro, undefeated Nitro last week, and came up with a big win. So that's a big feather in Independence Patriots' cap.
And of course, Independence very consistent. Each of the last 2 weeks, they beat teams from Ohio. 2 weeks ago, they beat Martins Ferry, Ohio, in Coal City, 35-14. And last week on the road, they shut out Warren Local, Ohio, 35-0. So 37, 35, and 35 through the first 3 games.
Yeah, and what that says is consistent offense. But the Independence, defense has really been big play after big play, and it was real opportunistic against Herbert Hoover as it scored a defensive touchdown. So they've been able to really aid in winning a lot of games.
So Coach John Lilly's got his team ready to roll as they're warming up on the field. On the flip side, the home team, coached by Jeremy Dolan. For Scott, they got off to a slow start. They got beat by Chapmanville in the opening game, 41-0. They lost to Wayne, 16-9, before beating Sissonville a week ago, 34-20.
Yeah, they finally got that offense going, last week, and they're going to need to continue that offense success to try to keep up. You want to slow down this Independence offense, but I think the best way to slow Independence down is with ball control. Making long drives and keeping your offense on the field.
Yeah, and that seemed to be the consensus here in the press box before we came on the air, that is Scott's path to the upset if it should happen. We're going to take our first break, and when we come back, we will be able to tell you about there's a lot of stars on both sides, and that's why we think this is a very intriguing game. As we are in West Madison, the first time I've ever been to a game here at Scott, and Eric, first time for you, and it's a pleasure to be with you to work what we think is going to be an outstanding game.
Yeah, and what an outstanding facility, once we got here, and you can tell this community, that's what you love, to come to these smaller communities, and it's all about Friday Night Lights, and what a great place to play football.
We'll take our first pregame break and come back, and our pregame show will roll on at the end of this break here on Video Productions.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon, or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life,
we got you.
Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
And we welcome you back to Skyhawk Field here in West Madison, West Virginia, getting you ready for the game at the bottom of the hour between number 1 Independence 3-0, number 22 Scott there 1-2. Tonight's game is brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and Scotty Brown is your local State Farm agent. He's in Shady, and you can dial him up at 681-238-6130. Once again, in Shady Spring, West Virginia, Scotty Brown. Also, the game tonight is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, Luke Richmond and Steve Morgan. Luke Richmond, the broker, Steve Morgan, the associate broker. You can check them out on their website at exitelevationwv.com. Also, the game tonight is brought to you in part by Edward Jones. Heather Cantley is your Edward Jones financial advisor. She's my financial advisor, takes great care of me. She'll take great care of you. She's got a new location on Harper Road in Beckley, and you can dial up Heather at 681-254-0097. And also the game brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. They have quality custom cabinets, and they're a proud sponsor of local sports. You can give Hart's a call at 304-252-2917. Well, Eric is here. We take a look at Independence and some of their key players of what they've done through the first 3 weeks, and we'll start out with the quarterback, Brock Green. He's had a hot hand as Brock Green has completed 38 of 68 passes, and he's completed that for 716 yards with 10 touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
Yeah, and he makes good decisions with the football. He plays like a seasoned veteran. You can tell, that freshman year as he made All-State, but he's really grown and growing every week as a quarterback.
Also for Independence, a couple of big-time offensive players, and of course we'll talk about Silas Nelson. He's been Mr. Everything for Independence, but running the ball, he's been really efficient. 68 carries, 455 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
I mean, that's really efficient, and good things happen with the ball in his hands, and I like how they try to get it, not only handing it off to him, but in the passing game as well.
And also, speaking of trying to get the ball, they really will try to get the ball tonight to Christian Linksweiler, especially in space. He's caught 10 passes, 188 yards, and a couple of scores.
Yeah, and he can stretch the defense, and he does a real good job of making contested catches, real strong, athletic type wide receiver.
On the flip side for Scott, they've got a really nice quarterback. That's Nathan Easterly, and he's a 6-foot, 175-pound senior. He was a second-team All-Stater a year ago.
Yeah, and he gave Independence fits in the second half. Really good football player in last year's contest.
And also, Scott's got a big back, and they call him Peanut, Jeremiah Brown, a 6'3", 185-pound bruiser, and he's the guy that if Scott is to pull the upset, they're going to need him to get those tough yards between the tackles.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You have to line up against this Independence Patriot team, and everybody says everything's won up front in the trenches, and I really think that speaks true to this game, because for Scott to really extend the game or really be in the contest in the fourth quarter, is going to have to play ball control.
The other back, his name is Brown as well. It's B&B. It is Mason Brown, and he's also been able to do work. He lines up in the slot. He lines up at tight end. He'll line up in the backfield, and he's like their multiple guy.
Yeah, and you need multiple, guys that you can get out in space maybe, and he may be a little yin to the yang in this Brown.
And take a look at their front line. They're 6'3", 240, 6 foot, 285, 5'9", 240, 6 foot 265, 6'4", 295. They'll need to use that beef to have that ball control.
Yeah, and you got to match up with Independence, strength on strength in the trenches.
And one thing about it, weather's not going to be a factor. It's a beautiful day. Actually, a little warm for this time of year. When we left Raleigh County, it was in the mid-80s, and until right here where the sun's pretty much gone down as we're kicking off at 7:30. I mean, normally most of Independence games, at least all their home games, kick off at 7. So it's still going to be a beautiful night for football. Weather will not be a factor.
Yeah, you don't have anything weather condition, field conditions now with all this field turf that you play on. You don't have anything to blame when you fumble the ball.
Well, before we go to break, I got a little nugget that I know you will appreciate this, Eric, and I didn't tell you this on the way down here because I just found out about this. Bill O'Brien told me this at lunch the other day, and I know you know the name Ed Pastalong. Ed Pastalong was the former WVU
athletic director,
and he also played quarterback at West Virginia, which I didn't know that, but he did, and he was the athletic director. He was the coach of Scott High School. Did you know that?
I did
not.
In
1966, I didn't know it. Here's a nugget, and not only that, his team went 0-10, but at the end of the season, one of the teams had a forfeit, so officially he was 1-9. In 1966. How about that?
Won by forfeit.
Yeah, won by forfeit. I guess you take it any way you can get it, right?
He was the guy that really got us in the Big East,
right.
and was Don Nehlen's tenure. They were
right.
hand in hand.
But I did not realize that he had coached here in 1966. I also didn't realize that he was quarterback at WVU as well.
Did not know anything.
So how about a little nugget there?
That
it takes an older,
nugget.
wiser guy like Bill O'Brien to get me up to speed. So now I get you and our viewing audience up to speed.
Yeah, that is a great nugget.
All right, with that, we'll take a break, and we're getting closer to the kickoff at the bottom of the hour. It's number 1 in Class AA, Independence 3-0, taking on number 22, Scottler 1-2. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Access Health began as a small clinic with a simple yet powerful purpose: to care for our neighbors right here at home. From the very beginning, it was about people showing up for each other, building trust, and staying connected. Today, Access Health is serving thousands across southern West Virginia. But what makes us different isn't just the care we provide, it's who provides it. Our team was born here, trained here, and lives here. This is what community looks like. This is Access Health, by the community, for the community, always.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if Compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Chevy, where they are right.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
And we welcome you back to West of Madison here at Skyhawk Field. And, Eric, it's only fitting that tonight here at Scott, it's military night, and they're playing the Patriots.
Yeah, the Independence Patriots in town, the old red, white, and blue.
So they got the Scott band is out on the field, and they are recognized some of the military from this area. Meanwhile, I'll tell you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. And Leisure Lanes has a 24-lane bowling center with a full-service restaurant. Bring your family. You can have fun by joining the league. Book your next party there, 304-253-7328. Also, the game tonight is brought to you by Infinity Coal Company, located in Sophia, West Virginia. And they're going to have the playing of the anthem. I tell you what, we're going to break while they have a moment of prayer and the national anthem, and then we'll come back here in our pregame show here at Scott, West Virginia. The kickoff at the bottom of the hour between Independence and Scott here on Video Productions.
Tonight we ask that you keep every player, every coach, every...
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
And we welcome you back to Skyhawk Field here at West Madison, West Virginia, getting you ready for the kickoff at the bottom of the hour between Independence and Scott. We're probably still about 14 or 15 minutes away from the kickoff. Let you know that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company. Infinity Coal Company is located in Sophia. They are hiring experienced underground miners. They also offer a great wage and great benefits. You can apply online through United Coal Company's Facebook page. Also, the game tonight is brought to you by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. And if Italian's not your dish, well, if you go in to Pasquale's, it'll be your thing. It'll be your dish. It'll fulfill your taste buds, that's for sure. But they do have sandwiches, salads, and seafood and catering and parties available. You can dial up Pasquale's at 304-255-5253. Also, the game tonight brought to you by Allstate Insurance, located at Marker Road in Beckley. Lori Richmond is the agent. She's my agent, takes great care of me. She'll take great care of you. You're in good hands with Allstate. You're in good hands with Lori Richmond as your agent, and you can dial her up at 304-252-8646. And, Eric, during the commercial break, we were saying what a nice band that Scott has. They've got a lot of members, and they have really done a great job entertaining the fans here in the pregame.
Yeah, they have the correct name, Boone County's Finest, because they're an excellent band.
Yes, we welcome you into the Greenbrier Motive pregame show. And, Eric, first of all, if you are Coach John Lilly in the locker room, what do you think that you might hear Coach tell the troops at Independence?
Man, just execute. Come out on the road. You need to execute. Just show up and play. It's been a little, two-game road swing. So you on the road, you want to get out to a fast start.
And on the flip side for Scott, Coach Dolan, what do you think he's telling his guys?
Hey, no mental errors. No, you don't want to give Independence any extra yards. You want to come out. You want to establish the run. You want to play good, sound, fundamental offense. No jumping off sides. And just try to keep in the contest early.
I think if you're Scott and you win the toss, rather than deferring, I think you want to get the ball and try to eat up the clock and try to use the ground and pound.
Yeah, and I think you're absolutely right. At home, sometimes you want to defer, but you don't want to guess how second quarter is going to go. You want to establish what you need to establish early on in the first quarter.
Because I think for Scott to have a chance to pull off the upset, number one, they can't turn the ball over and give Independence short fields, and number two, I think they've got to have some kind of ball control, and they've got to try to shrink the game and eat up the clock.
Yeah, because unlike last year, I think they had multiple players that could score. That being Scott. So now I think that, like you said, you want to shrink the possessions and you want to stay in the contest that way.
Like I said, Easterling's a good quarterback. He was second-team All-Stater. He's a senior. He's got experience, but they got the Browns. They got Mason Brown and Peanut Jeremiah Brown, and those are the guys they really like to lean on. And they also have a third back, Ryan Neal. By the way, that name is very familiar. That's the mayor of Beckley, Ryan Neal. But they have a Ryan Neal who is basically their third back that they use at Scott.
Yeah, and it's going to take all three of them to have success on offense for Scott, like as you say, pull off the upset.
Scott will be in all dark tonight. Independence will be wearing their white uniforms on the road. As Eric told you, they got a lot of mini road swing for Independence. They were on the road last week, and they went up to Marietta College, and when they took on the team from Warren Local. And like I said, Independence very consistent, Eric, 37, 35, and 35 in the first three games.
Yeah, and that just shows consistently they've been able to put points on the board. If you would probably talk to Coach Lilly, they probably left some scores and some points on the field, probably with penalties, calling back touchdowns and such.
Yeah, we're about 10 minutes away from getting this game started. There'll be other games that are going on, of course, around the state of West Virginia, and Eric will keep you up to date on scores. But one of the games we got to talk about took place last night, and you and I had an opportunity to call Nicholas County and Shady last week. But what about that young man, Nash, for Nicholas County, the game that he had rushing, I think it was over 500 yards and 7 touchdowns,
Yeah,
right?
511 yards, 7 touchdowns, and as a mere, I think, 70 yards from breaking the state record, for a single game rushing. And we had a chance when we left Shady last week, you and I talked, that Nicholas County team, especially him, he was a solid runner, not flashy, but he doesn't lay the ball on the turf, and he takes what the defense gives him, and once he gets going, he's hard to bring down.
For everything that he did on offense in that game last night, it was his defense. He came up with a big turnover at the end of that game to seal the deal for Nicholas County.
And that's what you need with two-way players, and he's a senior, so he's going to give it his all.
We're waiting for Independence. As you can see, they're ready to make their entrance from the locker room to our left. Also tonight, we'll keep you up to date on the other 3 Raleigh County teams. Beckley on video productions playing at Mitchell Stadium against Bluefield. Shady's at home against Oak Hill, and Liberty on the road at James Monroe.
Yeah, and the Liberty, coming off of a big win, traveling to James Monroe, who was coming off of a loss to Bluefield, and Beckley coming off a big win at Parkersburg South for the first time, since 1982. So they're flying high. The Flying Eagles are flying high, and Oak Hill and Shady both are coming off of devastating. They got dominated. Both got crushed. So we'll see which team shows up in that game.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The fans have showed up and showed out for this one. The crowd has made it down from Raleigh County across the way. People are still making their way in to Skyhawk Field in West Madison, and we're located in Boone County. We're going to take one more break. We'll come back and get you ready for the opening kickoff coming up at the bottom of the hour. Number 1, 3-0 Independence against 1-2, number 22 Scott, here on Video Productions.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon, or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
This fall, let the beauty of the season in without the chill. At Window World of Beckley, we bring comfort, style, and savings to your home. Our windows and doors are built to handle West Virginia's wild and wonderful weather, keeping the warmth in and the energy bills low. With energy-efficient windows, expert installations, and affordable financing options, it's time to upgrade. It's never been easier to fall in love with your home again. Call 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD today.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by the Spartan Factory. They have hats, t-shirts, team uniforms, bags, banners. They hooked us up with the nice, beautiful swag that Eric and I have on tonight, and they're located in Beckley. You can check them out on their website, thespartanfactorywv.com. Also, the game tonight is brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Pepsi is a proud sponsor of local sports. Well, Eric, the crowd is at fever pitch, and I think the fans at Scott were really ready for this one and really coming in 1-2 and ranked 22. Of course, the top 16 make it in each class, and I know it's maybe too early to talk about playoff, but the first ratings came out. But for Scott, this could be a season-changing game, especially if they win to climb in that top 16.
Yeah, and I actually don't agree with you on that. I think it's never too early to talk playoffs,
All right.
especially when you start 1-2. Every game from here on out for Scott is like a playoff game, and like you said, this would be a big win in trying to get Con back into that top 16.
And by you not agree with me, that just makes me think of the podcast that we have.
Right.
You may not agree with us, and Eric and I have the podcast. We do it every week. We normally do it on Monday, but because we have a volleyball commitment on Monday, and we'll have the Beckley volleyball team against Mount Hope Christian, we'll have to do it on Tuesday, and then you can see if you agree with Eric or if you agree with me. Eric and I agree on a lot of things, and obviously not everybody agrees on everything, but I think coach-wise, I think if you're telling your players, you're not even talking about playoffs.
Yeah,
I think the Scott players know this is a big game.
But yeah, in the back of their minds, the rankings are released. Kids, it's at everybody's fingertips now.
Right.
You know where you stand, and everybody's got their phone. So I mean, you can check it out. But as you said, though, I think you can't win two until you win this one.
That's
or the third rather. So you got to get on the board tonight.
The faithful Skyhawk fans are on their feet clapping as their team has made their way onto the field. Scott in the dark uniforms with a white helmet. Independence across the way in white trimmed in red. And, for Independence, this is nothing new, Eric. Over the last 3-4 years, they've played in really big games. They've been to a couple state championships. They've been a state semifinalist the last couple of years. This is nothing new, playing away from home in a big game.
And you know what's good about it? Even their feeder system now, we talk about the middle school, they've won 24 straight games. So once weeding breeds winning, and these kids don't think playoffs, they expect to be in playoffs when they line up in August in preseason practice.
Well, we're just about a minute and a half away from getting this game started. Get you a nice ice-cold blue can of Pepsi, sit back and relax, and Eric and I will bring you all the play-by-play action. If you can watch it there on your screen, however you're getting it, whether it's on your phone, on your TV, on your laptop, Facebook, YouTube, however you're getting it. We appreciate you as we're getting ready for the toss of the coin, Eric, as the captains make their way to the center of the field. Also, like I said, we'll keep you up to date of the other scores going on around the great state of West Virginia. It's hard to believe, Eric, this is already week 4. Next week we'll be at the halfway point.
Yeah, and time flies when we're having fun, and we definitely have fun every Friday night.
So there are the captains from each team, and the referees laying out the I guess, the law of the land, so to speak. Toss of the coin has been made, and Independence looks like they have won the toss, and they will defer. So Scott looks like they will get the ball to start the game.
And, Independence on the road looks like they want to make a statement and shut Scott down offensively real quick and try to play that game of chess where, if you can get up early, you get the ball back to start the second half.
So Scott will get the ball. They'll work left to right on your television screen. Captains shake hands, and each team will go to their respective benches, get their final instructions, and we're just about ready for football.
Let's tee it up.
Beautiful night here at Skyhawk Field in West Madison, West Virginia, in the heart of Boone County. So it'll be Cuppert will be kicking the ball off for Independence, and Scott ready to break their huddle.
One thing I like, Maris, is we usually have a lot of trouble reading the numbers. This Scott, you really can. They're lit up, and both on the Independence side too. The red on the white jerseys, a lot more legible.
So it'll be Caden Sharps going back deep here on the near side, and on the far side, Ryan Neal to receive the kick. And they're both standing right there about the 10, inside the 10. The ball's teed up, equal distance between the hash. And we're just moments away from getting this game started. Independence comes in ranked number 1, 3-0. Scott number 22 at 1-2. There's the whistle. And we are underway. This ball will be kicked short, and it's taken there on the run by Neal at the 15. And he gets up over the 20-yard line and just shy of the 25. So a nice return, and over on the far side, and the ball will be put down. Looks to be about the 23-yard line, maybe the 24. Let's see where they actually do spot the ball.
No, I think they're at the 34.
I beg your pardon. They're at the 34. You are correct. So nice field position. It will be 1st and 10, and actually they'll put the ball at the 33-yard line. So there's where Nathan Easterly will bring them out on the far hash. 1st and 10 for Scott on their own 33-yard line.
It looks like they'll open up in the gun.
On 1st down, Easterly, and there's some movement up front.
Well, the offensive player may have moved last. I don't know if we may call this, encroachment.
We'll see as the officials will get together, but it's going to be a 5-yard penalty one way or the other. And so I couldn't really tell which team moved first. Of course, Independence is pointing at Scott.
Yeah, that's what I love about the first, the penalty. Everyone's pointing at the other. But I don't know if we have replay on a penalty, but let's see if they're going to call false start.
They are going to call offsides on Independence.
And I actually think they got that one right, Maris, because I think the Scott player was thrown off by multiple Independence guys in the neutral zone. And that's pretty smart by Scott. I don't think enough teams use that hard count early on, because on the road, most teams, they want to just get after it. Yeah, take that 5 easy yards and make it 1st and 5, and you have 3 downs to pick up 5 yards now.
Right, so 1st and 5 with the penalty for Scott. They have the ball in their own 38. They run out of the eye. They'll do a lot of this power football, and they run the ball here, and great play by Independence.
Wow, great.
Silas Nelson, as the handoff that time went to Brown, and Mason Brown didn't have a chance.
Yeah, great on the spin move, and Nelson cleaned it up. I'm trying to see where Nelson's lining up. I guess they got him lining up in the slot, like playing a little corner.
And that'll be a 5-yard loss. So the 5 yards they got on the penalty, it now goes back.
No, I think they just marked it a 2-yard loss.
That's right. I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Back to the right at the same line of scrimmage at the 38.
Little power eye here.
Yeah. They're trying to run here to the near side, up over the 40, power football. He's stacked up, short of the 1st down.
Yeah, it's going to look like, 3rd and 2 here. And I like the fight right now in Scott, because it seems like they're just going to try to line up and run it right out. That was a little power eye right there. So three formations already. I've already run out of the gun,
right,
the offset eye, and the power eye. So they're going to probably give him multiple looks here. And a lot of it's just trying to loosen that box up sometimes when you split some people out.
So it'll be 3rd and 2 from their own 41-yard line. They'll run from the I formation, Easterling over center.
You have man coverage here on each side. Safety's up tight playing the
They'll
run.
run it with Brown straight ahead. He looks like he'll have enough for a first down. Independence throws him back, but I think he will have enough. He had to get to the 43, and he looks like he's just past the down marker for a first down.
Yeah, his initial surge got the mark to gain, and that's what you need if you're Scott. You can do it one first down at a time, right, partner?
That's right.
Just one first down at a time.
And this is the game plan to milk the clock, take your time, run the ball. They got a first down on their own 44-yard line. Of course, Independence helped them out by jumping off sides before we even had a snap. So now it looks like going to run maybe a little power eye here. Maybe some confusion of where to line up. On their own 44-yard line, 1st and 10 for Scott.
Looks like they're bringing heat here, Independence.
They'll run the ball. Browning, and he gets tripped up as he crosses the 45, and it looks like that was going to go for a big gain.
I was going to say,
he got tripped up right there as he crossed the 45 and gets out to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, Caden Bradbury for Independence really came across the line right here as we see it here on the replay, and you're right. This was going to go for at least 6-7 more yards had he not been tripped up.
So it's a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. And like I said, Scott in no hurry. They're taking their time. 15 on the play clock.
So at what point, though, do you suck them up? I mean, you can see Independent safety is back deep now, but he keeps creeping up in the box.
Easterling, turn around, hand it to Browning, and as long as you can get 2 or 3 yards here or there. And
positive yards.
Because now at the 48, it's a it's a minimal 3rd down, a much manageable situation.
Yeah, and you're right. Now I'm thinking with the play calls, this is 2-down territory, especially if you pick up a good 3 to 4 yards on this down.
Yeah, they're going to need 6 here on 3rd down. So if you've got 4 yards and you make it 4th and 2, you can go for it. They have the ball on their own 48, Scott. They've got to get to the Independence 46-yard line.
Or worst case scenario, you can pick up a few yards. If you don't get it, you maybe try to flip the field here early and play some defense.
Well, now out of the shotgun, they're trying to spread Independence out. Easterling takes the shotgun snap. He's set to throw, throws out in the flat, and it's incomplete. And now it brings up a 4th down. And I think if you're on your side of the field, which they are, I think you got to punt the ball here. Yes.
Not a bad throw. Had the guy out. Good route, good defense. Hit him in his hands, just not able to bring it in. So look for try to do a directional punt here.
So Bradbury is back on the near side. Linksweiler on the far side, awaiting the punt.
And I was going to say you have two young men back for Independence where you want to maybe directional punt this and try to pin them, inside the 20 here.
Here's the snap. Here's the kick. And, well, it's a great kick, and it goes out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. You can't ask for a better kick than that, and no return, pinning Independence back in the hole.
Yeah, that was a good-looking punt. That punt took off. Once again, that was a good punt. Special teams, you'll need all 3 phases of the game. And if you're Scott, and you didn't score on that possession, but you were able to get first down and able to flip the field here.
Put the ball down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line, and that's where Independence will have their first possession from their own 8.
But here's where Independence, the old Independence, offenses we've been used to covering the last couple of years, you can't give up a 1-2 play drive for a score here.
So Brock Green will bring them out. They'll run out of the pistol set. Silas Nelson lines up behind Green. It's a low snap. They'll give the ball to Silas Nelson, and they'll get him at the line. And I think the snap kind of threw that off because the snap wasn't handled cleanly, and it's like for no gain. Yeah,
and great catch here on that snap because I don't think he was ready for it. It was low.
So from the 8, 2nd and 10. Maybe changing the play. You got plenty of time on the play clock with 20 on the play clock. Green stands inside the 5, waits on the snap. They'll give the ball to Nelson. He's got running room. He's over the 15. He's out over the 30 and a huge run, as you called it, Eric, and a big gain right up the gut and a first down for Independence to get him out of the hole.
And once Nelson gets rolling, man, he's a good downhill runner, and he's a lot shiftier than people think, and he's a load to bring down once he gets ahead of steam.
They go fast from the 31, trying to run up inside, and they plow the ball ahead. That looks like Silas Nelson again out to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, you look for his number to be called a lot early and often, especially when you're pinned back deep. You want to get some breathing room, and now they're up almost at, the 34-yard line?
They got second down and 7 coming up. Independence moving fast. Green, the quarterback, takes the snap. Handoff again to Silas Nelson. He's got a big gainer over the 40, midfield, and 40. And can he break away from the last defender? He can't, but still all the way down inside the 35, all the way down to the Scott 31, 32-yard line where they'll put him down at.
And look for them to go turbo speed right here. Now, if you're Independence, you got them on the ropes a little bit, and that's what they do. They like to get a lot of snaps, get the ball in, get it fast. It's pretty much kind of like Rich Rod, spot the ball, right? Once they spot it, they're up with the play and ready to go.
Yeah, they got to wait on the chain gang to hustle
well,
up.
The chain gang, I think it was a little bit on the Independence's helmet needed snapped on this side of the field.
From the 32, Nelson gets the call again, up inside. They'll push the pile down inside the 30. And right now they're giving a heavy dose of Silas Nelson, and he gets the ball down inside the 30 to the Scott 29, maybe the 28. They'll put it down at the 29-yard line. They'll get 3, 2nd and 7. But they got the workhorse back there in Silas Nelson.
Yeah, and you know what? He's put in the work in the weight room.
And now they blow the play dead. Green was rolling to the near side. And what do we got? Maybe a timeout on the field?
It looks like encroachment as the signal. Scott lined up in the neutral zone.
And that's the call, offsides. So they'll move the ball to the 24-yard line and make it 2nd and 2. And now 2nd and 2 at the 24, Eric. Now pick your poison, right? You can throw it, you can run it. There's so many things you can do here.
I think you play action right here. And but Scott's playing a safety deep, 2 safeties deep, so they're not going to try to give up the ball. But
Green will keep it himself. He'll go inside. He'll get the first down. He'll get inside the 20. They'll move the pile down close to the 15, a little shy of the 15. Put him down maybe at the 17, but it'll be enough for another Independence first down. And they'll put the ball down at the 17-yard line. This drive started back on their own 8-yard line, and they've been able to matriculate the ball down the field to this point. From the 17 of Scott Green. Keeps it himself, and he's able to elude the guy on the backside and get the ball down inside the 15, down to about the 14 for a 3-yard gain.
Tackle made by number 29, Ethan Sanders.
So right now, Independence has done everything on the ground. They have a second down, 2nd and 7 from the 14-yard line of Scott. Out of the pistol set. Hand the ball to Silas Nelson.
It was almost a fumble.
Yes, and that play got blown up.
Yeah. And once again on the exchange, Maris, right there, I don't know if the snap was on point, but the exchange kind of threw off the back.
As Mason Brown came in to make that play, and that ball will go back to the 16-yard line.
That was just a good defensive play.
Yeah. Brown able to crash down and make the play. So from the 16, it's 3rd down.
Hey, they're going bunch here, so look for him to throw.
Green will roll the pocket. He looks to throw. He's in trouble. Going to the far sideline, still looking to throw, and he's probably got to throw that away as he takes a sack back on the 20-yard line.
And that's a teachable moment right there. Nothing there. Your first option wasn't open. Second option, get rid of it. Took an unnecessary hit, as we see here on our little general instant replay. And had ample time to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, and I would guess, Eric, they'll set up in a field goal attempt, and that's what they're doing.
And this is one luxury they do have. Cuthbert can punch this one in.
36-yard attempt for Cuthbert. There's the snap, the hold, the kick's on its way, and it's going to be a little short. I believe. And
it went through.
It looked short, and it just barely got through, and Independence is able to score first. So with 3:58 remaining in the first quarter, your new score is Independence 3, Scott nothing. We'll take a break. Be right back here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do, at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya.
Here's that last field goal attempt that today was good from 36 yards, but Eric, in real time, it didn't look like that it made it. There you can see the kick, and it just cleared the crossbar.
Yeah.
And Independence takes a 3-0 lead. That drive started on their own 8-yard line, and they were able to get the ball down to kick a field goal, and Independence leads 3-0. 3:58 remaining in the first quarter. Cupford's got it teed up at the 40. Here comes the squib kick right down the center of the field, and it'll be by one of the up guys. He couldn't handle it, and they'll get the ball just shy of the 30-yard line.
And that's why that kick is effective. A lot of guys up backs are not used to handling the ball, and if you're Scott, though, I think you come off a defensive win, even just giving up that 3, because they had it first and 10 at the 17,
yes,
and held them to a field goal.
And a 2nd-7 at the 14. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So they'll start this possession, Will Scott, on their own 29-yard line. Last time they had the ball, they started on their own 33, and they had the ball for 7 plays before they punted. Independence leads 3-0. That 36-yard field goal by Cuthbert. 1st and 10 for Scott on their own 29-yard line. Easterling brings him out, and he'll run from the shotgun. He's got Browning to his left. There's the shotgun snap. They'll hand the ball to Browning, and Independence is all over that, and they'll throw it for a loss.
Well, I already see the defensive adjustments. The ends for Independence not going to honor that, the read option, because not one pull happened in that first series. So I think if you're Scott, you need to counter and have the quarterback pull that if they're going to crash hard like that, and make them honor the quarterback.
1-yard loss back to the 28, 2nd and 11. That was the big back Mason Brown who carried the ball that time. So 2nd down and 11 for Scott. And this time Easterling will work up under center, and they've got like a power eye set up. And they're going to run to Browning again, and Independence is all over that, and it will lose a couple more yards. So Independence is standing tall these first 2 plays on this second possession for Scott. And they'll put the ball back to the 27-yard line, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long. They've got to get it out to the 39. So 3rd and 12 coming up as we're counting down 2:50 here remaining in quarter number 1. Glad you're with us on Video Productions at Skyhawk Field in West Madison, West Virginia, Boone County. With Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry. Big 3rd down 12 play here, Eric.
And this is where, if you're Scott, you don't want to be behind the chains this much, because Independence is going. You watch, they're going to bring the house.
And they're bringing blitz. They are. Easterly will throw it short. It's caught by Browning. You got to make that tackle in space, and they don't.
But it's stiff arm.
First down the sideline. This might go one man to beat. Bradbury's the only guy left, and he saves a touchdown as he upends the big back that time, Mason Brown. But you're right, Independence dialed up the heat. They've made the completion, and Bradbury able to save a touchdown.
Yeah, we'll see here on the instant replay, Little General instant replay. What a stiff arm right at the only guy that had him down the sideline. Then it was a foot race, and Independence was able to upend him inside the 30 at the 25.
Yeah, a huge gain, and Mason Brown, like I said, looked like he was on his way for a touchdown, and Bradbury saved the day for Independence.
Is that the one they call Peanut?
No, that's the other Brown. The one they call Peanut's 17. This is 34. They run out of the power eye again. They'll hand the ball to Ryan Neal, and they'll slam the door with Independence's defense, and that goes nowhere. Yeah, you got to believe, Eric, that after Mason Brown had that long reception, they weren't going to hand him the ball. He was probably out of gas.
Yeah, definitely gas, because he was really giving it his all going down the sideline.
On that carry by Neal, that's a 1-yard loss back to the 26. It'll be 2nd and 11. When we get a minute, we'll update you some scores. We're winding down here at the end of the first quarter with 1:18 left in it. 16 on the play clock. 2nd down and 11 from the Patriot 26-yard line. They run from the power eye. Easterling looks over the defense. A play action pass, sets, throws, got a man out there, and he overshot him, and it was well defended. Looked like they had a man out there, but Looked like the receiver, Ryan Neal, ran it short. And the quarterback, Easterling, threw it long.
And the home crowd wants a flag, but I think it was incidental contact. Got tangled up with the defender. Nothing to throw a flag on there.
So if you're Scott here, Eric, 3rd and 11, if you pick up maybe 6 or 7 yards, you can come back and go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, and while we're waiting on this play, I have an update.
Okay.
Liberty at James Monroe. James Monroe's up in the second quarter, 20-7.
All right, big play here, 3rd down and 11 from the Patriot 26-yard line. They'll work from the shotgun. You got twin receivers to the bottom of your screen. Easterling waits on the snap, sets in the pocket. They force him out of the pocket. He's in trouble. And he might have to throw this away, and he will. And there's really no receiver in the area. It'll be a question if he got the ball to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't know if it went past the line of scrimmage.
There was no black jersey in the area, and it'll be an incomplete pass. I don't think they're going to call grounding, and it'll bring up 4th down. Or yes, now a flag comes in. Because it looked like grounding to me because there was no.
Yeah, and it didn't cross the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Someone up here in the press box said roughing the passer, but I knew that wasn't the case. But it was intentional grounding, and that's a good call. That's a big penalty and a loss of down, and that takes him probably out of field goal range.
Yeah, I think it does.
Now. So I think that was a good call. That'll bring up 4th down. The ball will come back all the way past the 40 as the referee marks it off, and the ball comes back to the 44, and I think no question you have to punt here on 4th down.
Yeah, the way the punter pinned him down, that first possession, definitely have to punt it right here.
So after a big play, a big pass play that got Scott in business, Independence's defense steps up big.
Yeah, and they did it with pressure, a lot of pressure on the Scott quarterback.
They're lining up to go for it. I think it'll be a quick kick here. Let's see.
No, this is a punt
it's
formation.
A punt now. Yeah, now I see it. Yeah. Here comes the kick by Neal.
Well, he's a weapon.
And he punts it out of bounds.
That's going to be probably at the 12 or 13. Oh, 20.
And the ball will go out of bounds at the 20-yard line, and that's where Independence will take over. When I said that they were lining up to go for it, I was watching the monitor, and I didn't quite see the punter behind there. We got a petition right here in front of me. I got a little bit of obstructed view, so I got to call it off the monitor a little bit. So for you viewers, I beg your pardon. So with 30 seconds remaining, actually 31 seconds remaining in the opening quarter, there's referees. I'm not if we got a penalty out here, Eric. I see the officials. There is unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Independence.
Yeah,
and that will probably penalize them and probably go half the distance.
Go half the distance to the goal.
Yeah.
You'll be at the 10. So first possession at the 8.
Yep.
Second possession at the 10.
And that's where, discipline.
We talked about that. We call it like we see it. And if there's one thing that's always been that Independence has done that's kind of, ate at me a little bit is
these kind of penalties.
So
you're right, Eric. The ball goes back to the 10-yard line. As you mentioned, they started their last drive on the night on the 8th. They went and got a 36-yard field goal to take a 3-0 lead. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 Independence, their second possession, and they have the ball on their own 10-yard line.
So our field reporter at the Bluefield-Beckley game, Beckley 6, Bluefield nothing. Beckley missed the extra point.
So that could come up big as that game moves forward. So now what do we got? They're blowing the whistle dead before Independence when they get up on the ball.
So we need to pay our field reporters better because they got a little smart with me when I said when they gave the score 6-0. I said they didn't make the extra point. They said no, hence the 6-0 score.
Oh. All right.
You need to take care of that.
Yes, I'll have to discipline our field reporter as the pass is incomplete on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down. So they try to get the ball out in the flat there, and the pass is incomplete. 16's. I don't know why the clock is still running because that was an incomplete pass. The clock kept running, Eric.
It still is.
Yeah, it should have stopped. Green to throw. Has time. Throws the deep ball. Got a man out there. It's Bradbury, and he makes the catch right across midfield all the way to the Scott 45-yard line.
Bradbury, 1st down, Independence.
What a nice play. Bradbury got way past the defender, and if he didn't have to lay out, that was going to be a touchdown. And that will be the end of the first quarter. But the clock ran about 6 or 7 seconds when it shouldn't have ran.
Yeah, it was.
And that takes us to the end of one. At the end of one, Independence on the move. They lead 3-0. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches? It's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
Colder days are coming. Replace those old drafty windows and doors now. Call Window World of Beckley today. 1-800-WINDOW WORLD.
Tonight's game is brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and Scotty Brown is your local State Farm agent in Shady Spring, West Virginia. You can dial him up at 681-238-6130. Ready to start the second quarter. Independence has a 1st and 10 at the Scott 45. Green from the shotgun. They'll throw it out in the flat. It's caught. They make the connection down the far sideline. It's a 1st down and more. This might go to the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Independence.
And I'm going to go on record.
Kellen Byers hauls in a wide receiver screen, goes down the sideline 45 yards, and Independence takes a 9-0 lead.
I think Kellen, they call him KJ Byers. I'm going to go on record, and I'm going to say this might be the most prolific receiver by the time he's done at Independence.
So that'll take it to 9-0, and Cover trying to tack on the PAT. And Eric, that was just a 3-play, 90-yard drive.
Yeah, and it's easy to do when you make great catches in the passing game like that.
The extra point looks good, and it is. So your new score is Independence 10, Scott nothing, with 11:54 remaining in the half. And Eric, you called it. You can't give up those big, long drives for touchdowns.
Yeah.
Independence able to get it
the
there.
quick strike capability of Independence, you need to curtail that. And Scott early on, ball possession, a big penalty made them have to punt it. Therefore, haven't given Independence extra possession.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond is the broker and Steve Morgan the associate broker. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, those are the guys you want to reach out to, and you can go on their website at exitelevationwv.com. Also, the game tonight is brought to you in part by Heather Cantley, your Edward Jones financial advisor. She's my financial advisor, and she can be yours as well. And she's got a new location at Harper Road in Beckley, 681-254-0097. Also, the game brought to you by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. They have quality custom cabinets. They're a proud sponsor of local sports, 304-252-2917. All right, 10-0 is the lead for Independence as they get ready to tee it up from the 40 and kick the ball off to Scott. This will be Scott's third opportunity. And, Eric, they've had 7 plays on each previous possessions and then had to turn it over on a punt. This ball just kind of died at the 10. It's picked up. Independence with good coverage, and now lucky for Scott just to get the ball back to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and good-looking kick by Cuthbert as he was able to stick the landing of the ball and then not go out of bounds. And the coverage team did what they had to do to pin Scott back in. I think they were scrimmage from the 21?
21 is where they'll put it down at. So it'll be 1st and 10, like I said, for the third time for Scott. They started on their own 33, 7 plays and a punt. On their own 29, 7 plays and a punt. So here's Easterly. 10-0 the lead for Independence. And they'll run from the shotgun. And now we got false start. So right now, things not going good for Scott is that'll penalize him 5 yards, take the ball back to the 16 and make it 1st and 15.
Yeah, the things that we talked about on top of the broadcast is you don't want to give them as good as they are. You don't want to give them free, yards, and you're putting yourself at 1st and 15, and that dictates what the defense can do now. The defense is going to really pin their ears back and make you play offense here. So
it'll be 1st and 15 from their own 16-yard line. Easterly will run from the shotgun, put a man in motion, put another man in motion. Easterly to throw, and the ball is caught. And Independence saying they intercepted it. And I'm waiting for a call. Independence said they had it, and Scott says they have it. I think it's a reception from Scott, and it is across the 20-yard line.
Oh, so maybe Independence thought they stripped him fumble maybe.
So they get the ball out to the 23-yard line and pick up 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 8 for Scott. Plenty of time on the play clock, 23 and counting. Easterly now out of the eye. He will get up under center. He'll run the ball to Browning, and he goes nowhere. He falls forward. They're trying to move the pile, gets a couple yards, and it'll be 3rd down coming up. He might get to the 25, maybe the 26. They'll actually give him the 26. So it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up in a very manageable situation now here for Scott.
Yeah, and the key was that set, the 2nd down completion, and got some positive yards here. So we'll see what they come up with.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5. They have the ball at the 26. Got to get out to the 31 to keep the drive alive. They'll work from the shotgun. And it looks like they're going to overload here to the bottom of your screen as Easterling waits on the shotgun snap. He takes the snap, and he's going to be sacked. And Independence's defense comes up big.
And I think that was a big, right off the bat, quarterback draw, and not having it for the defense for
right
Independence.
Here, Chuck, 10th grader, 6'4", 280 in on the play.
Yeah, great play. Coming down the line and making the tackle on the quarterback. So it looks like a punt situation here again for Scott.
Yeah, that's 3 and out. And now this could be a danger zone for Scott, already trailing in the game 10-0. And Independence, if they field the punt good, they should get the ball in pretty good field position. Bradbury is back. Linksweiler's back, standing on their own 35. They wait the snap. Here comes the kick. It hits a booming kick, but it will be returnable, or will it? Takes a big hop, and now going back to get his Linksweiler. He bobbled it, trying to avoid some of the would-be tacklers. And he's shaking and baking. He gets the ball across the 30 out to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, that was dangerous. I thought that was Linksweiler was flirting with disaster right there, but able to get some positive yards after, I think he may have lost it in the lights.
Yeah, but he did a good job, though, once he was able to get to the ball, the way he made guys miss when they got down there on him. So Independence will take the ball over. They've scored on each of their first 2 possessions, a field goal their first possession, a touchdown their last possession. They'll get the ball here on their own 34-yard line is where they'll start this drive. So it'll be 1st and 10 as Brock Green will bring them out. Green's got a 45-yard touchdown to Byers. And Cuppert has got a 36-yard field goal plus the extra point for the 10 Independence points. 1st and 10 for the Patriots on their own 34. And we're ready to play. Green works from the shotgun. He'll hand the ball off. Silas Nelson, he'll go up inside. He'll get about 3 or 4 yards. And a nice gain on 1st down.
It looked like at the point of attack that Scott really had Nelson. He was able to wiggle free and get some tough yards to set up a good 2nd down.
Yeah, he got 4 on the play out to the 38. It'll be 2nd and 6. Independence likes to go quick. Green takes the shotgun snap, has time, sits in the pocket, delivers a strike. It's caught to Linksweiler. 1st down across midfield as he falls forward to the 46-yard line of Scott.
And that was a strike right there. Good route here by Linksweiler, just getting set and down, and ball delivered on time and able to move the chains.
And what made that, Eric, was the protection up front. And Green had time to sit in the pocket and find the receiver. From the 46 of Scott. He'll throw it. This is what worked for the touchdown. Byers, and could be same result. Same play, same result, touchdown. The last time to Byers, it was 45 yards. This time 46 yards. And Independence have scored all 3 times they've had the ball, and they're really taking the crowd out of the game as they lead 16-0.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a weapon just coming up and throwing basically a 8-yard pass turns into
46-yard touchdown.
Yeah, just big.
So the last time, 45 yards, exact same play. This was a 3-play drive that covered 66 yards. And Independence right now threatening to deliver the knockout blow here in the 1st half.
Yeah, and just like that, though, you see how the quick strike offense can really dig you a hole.
Cuppert with the extra point with 8.5 to go. He bangs it through, and your new score is now Independence 17, Scott nothing. 8:34 for the half. We'll take a break and be right back here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College.
KB Cameron Ball doing a great job producing and directing. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas as Independence has taken a 17-0 lead. They've scored all 3 times they've had the ball. Eric, you've got some other scores from around West Virginia.
Yeah, and upcoming opponent for Independence, Bluefield hosting the Beckley Flying Eagles, and Beckley scored first, missed the extra point, and Bluefield just went up 7-6 on a long pass from their quarterback, who's we talked about, good quarterback. You have to defend the whole field when you have a good quarterback.
Yeah, we will see Bluefield next week when they take on these Independence Patriots. Here's the ensuing kickoff. It's a good kick back to the 10-yard line. It is to be Ryan Neal. He's got a little room as he gets shy of the 30. And for the 4th time tonight, it'll be Scott with the ball. They've had 2 7-play drives where they've had a punt. The last time they had the ball, they went 3 and out. And I thought what hurt them the last time, they had that false start on first down, Eric, that put them behind the chains.
Yeah, and it's tough to dig out of that hole. You need positive first down yards. And, you know, anytime you get 1st and 15, especially deep in your own territory, Independence is really going to make you pay.
So this drive will start on their own 29-yard line. Independence leading 17-0. 8.5 to go till halftime. And Easterling will now work from the shotgun. Scott's had a couple of nice plays, had one big play, but Independence was able to really take that away. And now here's a running play by the quarterback, Easterling. He gets over the 30. They'll run him out of bounds shy of the 35. Looks to be about the 33-yard line where he stepped out of bounds.
Some more local scores while we have a break. Oak Hill at Shady. Oak Hill up 23-3 in the second quarter.
Anything else you got?
Nope, that's all I have right now. I'm trying to find the Liberty score. Oh, here we go. James Monroe 28, Liberty 7.
All right.
Second quarter.
So it'll be 2nd down and 6 for Scott. They have the ball on their own 33-yard line, and I think this is really important, Scott, that they don't go 3 and out on this possession.
Yeah, you need at least a couple first downs here because Independence gambled and put their defense out on the opening kickoff.
There's a handoff to Brown. And Mason Brown, maybe a yard, but Independence up to the task. They'll give him a yard to the 34 and bring up 3rd down. So it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up for Scott. At halftime, we'll recap this game. We'll have scores from other games. It's hard to believe we're in the 4th week of the high school season. Seems like the time's just flying by, isn't it? So here comes a big 3rd and 5 for Scott from their own 34-yard line. They'll run from the shotgun. Twin receivers to the top of your screen. Easterling looking over at the sideline. Maybe changing the play here. And, yeah, looks like a little confusion and a timeout by Scott. Well, we got a timeout. I'll tell you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond and Steve Morgan are your broker and associate brokers. You can check them out on the website at exitelevationwv.com. Also, the game tonight is brought to you by Heather Cantley, your Edward Jones financial advisor. She's my financial advisor. She can be yours as well. She's got a new location, Harper Road in Beckley, 681-254-0097. Also, the game brought to you by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur. They have quality custom cabinets, and they are a proud sponsor of local sports, 304-252-2917. And the game also brought to you by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. They have a 24-lane bowling center with a full-service restaurant. Bring your family, join a league, or you can book your next event there. Call Leisure Lanes, 304-253-7328. Of course, at halftime, we'll have stats. Chris Ferris, our stat guys, with us. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. We have KB, Cameron Ball, producing and directing. So out of the timeout, a big 3rd and 5 for Scott with 6:53 left in the half, and Independence leading 17-0. From the shotgun, they put a man in motion, And actually, he goes to the right, Browning. Now, that was Browning out. Here is Easterling to throw. Throwing the deep ball, and it is broken up at the last minute, and a flag comes in.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that flag.
It looked like Bradbury had made a nice play on the ball.
It was bang. I just think it was a good play on the ball. Great pass, too. Great effort by, the quarterback, wide receiver, and I think it was just a better defensive play here.
Yeah, let's watch the replay here.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything there, but the flag comes in, and with the penalty, that'll keep the drive alive, as that'll be a 15-yard penalty and move the ball out to the 49-yard line.
Well, nevertheless, that's a much-needed, penalty right there to at least try to flip the field, and that's what you have to do once you're down 17-0. You're going to have to, scrap your early game plan of running the football. You're going to have to spread it out a little bit. You can't get all 17, as you say, Maris, in one play, but you're going to have to throw the ball downfield.
So that's a big break for Scott to get that penalty on third down. Here's Easterling. He pulls it out, keeping himself, and he's going to lose as they catch him behind the line. And, and had they not got that penalty, they were going to have to punt.
Yeah, well defensed right there by Independence. No one biting on the fake and just playing the quarterback.
The loss will take the ball back a couple of yards, back to the 47. It'll be 2nd down and 12 coming up. And you got to think right here, if you're going to take your time, as we're approaching 6:20 remaining here in the half. Scott's got 2 timeouts. If you want to try to, dwindle the clock down and maybe score right before halftime to get a little momentum if you're Scott going into the locker room. 2nd and 12 from their own 47. Easterling works from the gun, takes the shotgun snap, throws the ball short, and it's dropped. That should have been caught, and they do not make the connection, as that time Sharps wasn't so sharp as he should have caught that one.
Yeah, that hit him right where it needed to be, and just not able to come up with it.
So the clock will stop on the incompletion, and it'll be 3rd down and 12, just a second under 6 minutes for the half. Next week, we'll be at Coal City. We'll see these Independent Patriots as they'll take on Bluefield. Our last report, Bluefield was ahead of Beckley 7-6 down at Mitchell Stadium. Critical play here for the Scott offense on 3rd and 12. Let's see if Independence will dial up the pressure here, Eric.
Yeah, they're going to bring the heat.
And there's a false start.
Well, definitely a false start.
Yeah, and Neal was like into the secondary for the ball was snapped.
He was wide open.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Scott, it doesn't count, right? And that'll cost him 5.
Say that's the go route. You know what that reminded me of, Maris? That's how wide open those New York Giant receivers were against the Dallas Cowboys last week.
Eric, you're right. You know why they call it the go route? They say go. It didn't matter whether the ball was snapped or not. They just said go, right? So the penalty will take the ball back to the 42 and make it that much more difficult to try to pick up a 1st down here. So it'll be 3rd and 17.
Yeah, and as you see in this quarter, Independence has been fortunate as far as taking advantage of the Scott mistakes. Every time, Scott's got something positive, they've, shot themselves in the foot, so to speak.
Here's Easterling out of the shotgun. Throws the ball deep down the near sideline, and it's intercepted.
Yeah, that's pick.
And they'll call him out of bounds. They'll say no catch, as the ball was snagged by Bradbury, but they said he was not in bounds, and it'll bring up 4th down and punting situation for Scott.
Well, let's check it here on the little General Instant replay if we can.
That looked like he had 1 foot in.
No, one on the chalk.
One on the chalk, okay.
Once again, the ref's all over it.
Yep, it'll bring up 4th down. And once again.
This is danger zone for sure, though. Yeah. 5 minutes to go with this quick strike offense.
Right, 5:52 left, and all 3 of your timeouts left. Of course, the way Independence rolls, like I said, quick strike, they may not need all 3 timeouts. Here's the punt as Neal.
He's been a bright spot.
Yep, and that ball's going to hit and bounce, and Independence is going to get away from it as it goes out of bounds. And Independence, as the official walks up the field just shy of the 30, is where Independence will get the ball here. See if you got some more scores for why we have a change of possession.
Yeah, the Bluefield Beckley game, Beckley's just gone up 14-7 as they scored and tacked on the 2-point conversion.
So Independence will take over just shy of the 30 at their own 27, 28-yard line. Anything else you got?
Yeah, a couple of scores of teams that we'll look at in the AA ranks that, Independence may see down the road. Frankfurt's up 28-0 in their contest, and Doddridge County over 19-0 over Ravenswood.
So from their own 28-yard line, and they've got trips to the bottom of your screen. Green in the shotgun. Green takes the snap. They're going to run the ball, and Nelson gets the ball across the 30. So Silas Nelson gets the ball out to the 32-yard line, maybe the 33. Actually, I'll say the 32. So he got 4 on the play. I guess if you lighten the box, they run. If you bring heavy on the box, they'll throw. Here's Green. Pulls it out to throws. Got time. Now they force him out of the pocket. He looks down the field, and he throws the deep ball, and it is batted around and knocked to the ground, incomplete.
And that's one of those throws, though, right here. Green, that's one he's just chucking it a little bit.
Yeah, he just threw it up for grabs.
Yeah, that's a up for grabs. I know you have a lot of confidence in your wideouts, but against a few teams with some defensive backs, that could be a turnover waiting to happen. That ball hung up there.
So it'll be 3rd and 6 on the incompletion from their own 32-yard line. You're thinking Independence maybe not go for it all, maybe something a little short here that you could pick up the first down. As Green takes the shotgun snap, looks, goes deep. Those got a man wide open down the center of the field. It's caught by Linkswaller. They hit the home run, and Linkswaller's dragged down inside the 20, and a first down for the Patriots. That was a beautiful thrown ball, and a Linkswaller out there behind everybody, able to haul it in. As we watch the replay, and they drag him down right there at the 18-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Patriots.
Now, just as bad as that other possession that throw was, that was a perfect one.
Here's a run up inside. Silas Nelson, he breaks tackles, and he gets all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. So a 4-play, 62-yard drive ends with an 18-yard touchdown from Silas Nelson, and Independence may have delivered the knockout punch, Eric, here in the first half as they go up 23-0 with 4:44 remaining till halftime.
And they did a great job play calling by, through the air and on the ground. Complimentary football.
Hubbard, who has made a field goal in 2 previous extra points, tries to tack on his 3rd extra point of the night. And the homestanding Scott crowd is kind of stunned as the point after looks good, and it is. So with 4:44 remaining in the first half, your new score is Independence 24 and Scott nothing. We'll take a break and be right back here on Video Productions.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your...
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company, located in Sophia, West Virginia. They're now hiring experienced underground miners, and they have a great wage and great benefits. Apply online through United Coal Company's Facebook page. Also, the game is brought to you by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. They have great Italian food, sandwiches, salads, and seafood. And if you want to cater your next party there, give them a call at 304-255-5253. Eric, you've got some more scores.
Yeah, Bluefield promptly drove down the field and really lighting it up through the air. 14-14
against Beckley down at Mitchell Stadium. Here comes the ensuing kickoff. It's a squibber right down the center of the field. It gets by the upback. It's picked up that time by Brown, and Brown can't get away as Independence has good coverage, and they'll put him down shy of the 30, about the 27-yard line. But Eric, Independence has had the ball 4 times, 1 field goal, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, you can say efficient.
Very efficient. So this drive for Scott will start on their own 27-yard line. And now this kind of takes away what Scott really likes to do. And I think for Scott right now, you just got to see if you can score a touchdown before halftime. 4:39 left in the half, and they have 2 timeouts.
And if you're Independence, you have your timeouts. You get a stop here with a chance to put that hot offense back on the field.
So 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. As they'll run power football, power I, and they'll quick pitch it here to Ryan Neal. And Neal will get out to the 30-yard line.
Ryan Neal on the carry.
So Neal with a 3-yard carry. It'll be 2nd down and 7 coming up.
Yeah,
halftime.
A tough 3 yards right there for Neal.
We'll have the stats from the stat man, Chris Farish. We'll recap the first half. We'll have scores. Look ahead to WVU in Kansas tomorrow. Marshall also playing tomorrow on the road. So Scott in no hurry, and Independence is maybe if they get a stop here, Eric, they might burn a timeout. Independence, they've got 3 left as we go under the 4-minute mark of the half from the 30-yard line on 2nd and 7 out of the eye. Easterling, and he's in trouble, and he's going to be sacked. Nice defensive play by the Patriots.
Yeah, and that was Isaiah Connolly.
Yep, Conley
running him down from his defensive end position.
So it'll bring up 3rd down as the loss takes the ball back to the 26-yard line, 3rd and 11. Really, when you look, they've had that first drive, Eric. They had maybe a couple decent running plays. They hit the big pass play on a screen pass, and then they've benefited by a penalty. But really, Scott really hasn't done a lot of things offensively. And there's 8 on the play clock. We might have to call a timeout. They're not out of the huddle yet.
Yeah, and I think
they got to call a timeout.
I think that's what they're going to do, run it down and timeout.
Yeah, down to 3 minutes, and now they've actually 2:59. They burned a timeout. So while we got a minute, Eric, see if you've got some more scores. You can get us up to date.
Up. Let's see. James Monroe is rolling big. Let's see. Bridgeport in the AAA ranks, 56. Philip Barber, 7.
Wow, was that still first half?
Yes, still first half. Chapmanville, who's in the AA ranks, Independence had a chance to scrimmage up big over Midland Trail, 28-0. That's a battle of early ranked schools.
Right. Shady and Oak Hill.
Oak Hill 30, Shady Spring 3, still in the second quarter. Herbert Hoover rolling big, 39-0 over Lincoln County.
Yep.
West Side and Pikeview is still 0-0 in the first quarter.
And you mentioned Beckley and Bluefield tied at 14.
Tied at 14.
And that's probably close to halftime. Because I think that game kicked off at 7:30, just like this game did.
Yes, it did.
All right, so out of the timeout, it'll be 3rd and 11 for Scott with 2:59 left in the half. Scott's down to 1 timeout. Independence has all 3. And from the 26-yard line. And Easterly will work from the shotgun. And Independence looks like they're ready to dial up the pressure. They'll throw the ball in the flat short. They'll throw it to Brown. He'll zig and zag, bounce off of a defender and get the ball out to the 30-yard line, just a 4-yard gain. And let's see if Independence will elect to call a timeout because it's going to be 4th down, and Scott will have to punt.
No, it looks like they're going to just elect.
Well, with 2:35.
Yeah, you have plenty of time.
Yeah, for this big strike offense, that's like a world of time. And now Independence does burn the timeout. So we'll take it with them. Be right back here on Video Productions.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
So Independence burns one of their 3 timeouts, Eric. So for this way this offense rolls with 2:33 left in the half, and they got 2 timeouts. That's like an 8 or 10 minutes left for most teams.
And the way they can score it.
So it'll bring a 4th down, a punting situation for Scott. In fact, Scott tonight has punted every time. This is the 5th possession, and this will be the 5th punt. 7 plays in a punt, 7 in a punt, 3 and out, 6 in a punt, and another 3 and out. As Neal is back there waiting on the snap. Bradbury, and it's over his head. And it's going to go back into the end zone. He'll kick it out of the back of the end zone for a safety. That's a flag and a safety. So Neal kicks the ball out of the back of the end zone. That should be 2 points and a penalty. And
a penalty on the free kick.
Yes, it'll be a free kick coming, and that should make the score 26-0. So I think that kick was a lot of frustration as there was a high snap and Neal didn't have a chance. And the referees are discussing it, but what should happen is the 2 points for Independence to make it 26-0. And as you stated, Eric, a penalty on the free kick. Instead of kicking up from the 20, I don't know if that's a half-the-distance penalty or a 5-yard penalty, but they should back them up. And the safety should make it 26-0. And they haven't put it on the board yet, and waiting to see, and now they do.
Score 26, Patriots.
So on the safety, 26-0, and now the free kick. And like I said, you normally kick from the 20, but with the penalty, and maybe I guess they take the result of the play because they're lining up the free kick on the 20.
Yeah, and that was actually the smart thing to do by the punter. Just give up the 2.
And the frustration of the ball being snapped over his head. So they will free kick it from the 20. And it is 26-0 in favor of Independence. So, look, Independence has scored on a couple of pass plays, a running play, a field goal, and a safety. They've scored just about every which way you can.
Okay, Beckley, another score for you. Beckley just took the lead 21-14.
Over Bluefield, like I said.
A.J. Thomas with a punt return for a touchdown.
Wow, and they got to be close, getting close to halftime there. So they're going to put the ball on the tee, and now I'm not sure if Scott got their alignment out there in time. There's a timeout being taken, and if Scott took it, it's their final timeout. There's 2:26 left in the half. 26-0's the lead, and we'll take a quick break and be right back here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance, located at Market Road in Beckley. Lori Richmond is the agent. You're in good hands with Allstate, and Lori Rich is my agent. She can be your agent, too. You can dial her up at 304-252-8646. All right, out of the timeout. And, Eric, that was Scott's final timeout. So the Patriots will get the ball back with 2 timeouts, 2:26 left in the half, and leading 26-0.
And, you're thinking probably what I'm thinking. Scott actually helped Independence hold on to their timeouts, but as you stated, the way this offense. So there's a penalty even on the free kick
because he kicked it out of bounds.
Yeah. So this is a 5-yarder.
Well,
right?
What they can do
is make them.
Is they're going to get the ball. I think they can take the ball.
They can either back them up 5 and make them kick it again,
or they can take. They can do that, but they can also get the ball if they accept the penalty. Would put them across midfield, I believe.
Kick out of bounds.
And they're going to back them up and make them kick it again because I think Independence is looking for a return. So they're going to back them up to the 15 and make them re-kick it. If you kick from the 40 and you kick it out of bounds, you get the ball at the 35.
Yes.
But when you back up here, so if you're talking 20 yards, if it was 20 yards, that would have been on the other half of the 50 if they would have taken the penalty.
Yeah, but I don't know where it being a free kick would have just been 5 yard from wherever the ball went out.
Yeah, I think Independence is going to take the ball. That's why they're not going to free kick it. I don't think it'd be 5 yards. I think it's going to be so many yards from where you kick it from, and they're going to get the ball across midfield. Because that's what I was saying. If you're Independence, you really probably wouldn't want them to kick over if you could get the ball, start a possession on Scott's side of the field. But
so
there looks to be a little
legal
confusion
procedure.
Here. Yeah.
They'll re-kick it.
But maybe Independence is
5 yards. See, it's a 5-yard penalty. They're going to move them 5 yards back.
Right.
And kick it again, a free kick.
But I think if Independence had elected to take it, I'm not sure they would have just added 5 yards. Even if they did, it was still good field position, but I'm sure Independence is wanting to work on their return. So now the ball will be kicked off from the 15. So right here in this second quarter, Scott kind of unraveling a little bit. And they used a tee the last time, and it looks like they're going to use a tee again here from the 15. So to get this kickoff, this has taken a while, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
We're still stuck on 2:26. And now from the 15, we'll re-kick it with Independence leading 26-0, and they have 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, as you stated, you gave the Independence scores, 34, 35, 37?
Yep.
So
here comes this kick. They'll
they
get
have
the ball across midfield. Nice return inside the 40. Going to be deep in Scott territory. And that was kind of a nifty return. And that return was by Jason Laxton.
Yeah, Laxton did a good job of corralling the ball and getting upfield. So my point I was getting at, we're here in the first half with the score here. They have a chance to
score as many points in the first half as they did in each of their three games. Yeah, 37, 35, and 35.
Yeah, and that's what you want.
Yeah.
Your team to start really get rolling. But the defense has been so complimentary. It's pinned, Scott in some serious situations where they've really had great offensive field position. Minus starting from the 8 and the 10, the first two possessions.
So here's Brock Green, 1st and 10 at the Scott 29. Green takes the snap. He'll throw the ball in the flat. It's caught. This has been the big play that's worked well for Independence, and that time Scott able to get Linksweiler on the ground for no gain.
Yeah, and that's one of those passes. Future opponents you're going to have to come up and press and really fight off that block to stop that play.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the Scott 29 on the far hash. They'll run out of the pistol set. They'll turn around, hand the ball to Silas Nelson, and he's looking for running room. He's kind of finding his ways. He falls down inside the 25 to the 24 and got 5 on the play. And got to be in no hurry. Clock turning with 1:40 and counting.
With 2 timeouts in your back pocket.
Got 2 plays to pick up the 5 yards. Like I said, Independence has got a lot of kids that have played in big football games, and they know what to do in these situations.
Look for the seam route here.
Green to throw. Pressure comes from the backside. He's in trouble, has to throw it, and will end up throwing it away and bring up 4th down.
Yeah, learned his lesson, though, from the last time, holding the ball a little too long. And let's see, will they elect to go for it here or try to field goal?
I think they'd go for it. You're looking at a 41-yard kick, and not that Cupper can't make it, but with your offense, the kind of offense they have, I think they would go for it.
True, but sometimes you need to work on those special teams. You might need a field goal this distance in the playoffs or something, to try to work on special teams.
So here's 4th and 5. Green takes the snap, got time, got a man open. It's caught. That's at the 10, and they spin him down inside the 10 to about the 8, and that's Byers again able to make the catch.
I know for sure he'll be well over 100 yards, maybe approaching 130 yards receiving.
45 and 46, that's 91. Yeah. They do teach math, I know, at Independence,
yes,
so that's 91.
I could add up some points.
I know you do. 1st and goal now for the Patriots. They hand the ball to Silas Nelson, and he runs over the defender and he gets to the goal line. Is he in?
Yes, he is.
And he's in for the touchdown. Silas Nelson, and there's an injured player for Scott, as that was a brutal 8-yard run.
Yeah, and he finished with power here right at the goal line. The only thing between him in the touchdown was the Scott defender, and that's
the quarterback. Easterling, that's quarterback on offense, and he just got plowed over, and it's 32-0 with 52 seconds to go, and that might be good morning, good afternoon, good night. That was a 29-yard drive in 5 plays as Nelson finishes off the drive, and the point after, it is up, and it is no good. So that's really the only thing that Independence has not been able to execute, that one missed extra point, but it's been all Independence. As with 52 seconds left in the half, it's Independence 32, Scott nothing. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we welcome you back to Skyhawk Field in West Madison, West Virginia. Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. KB, that is Cameron Ball producing and directing. Chris Farish doing stats. And halftime, we'll recap. We'll have stats. We'll have scores. Eric, you got a quick score from the Beckley-Bluefield game.
Yeah, Bluefield answered Beckley's score with the scores, tied 21-21 right before halftime.
Yeah, I was going to say that game's got to be getting close to halftime. It kicked off the same time as our game did here. 51.8 is actually what's left in the half. and Independence ready to kick it off. They lead in the ball game 32-0, and this will be returnable. The kick there inside the 10, Neal, and he'll take a big hit as he crosses the 20, and this just gets out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Paxton Myers helped lay the boom on that kickoff return. You know, when you get up like this, everything seems to be real efficient. Special teams coverage and everything when you're up big on the road.
So a 32-0 lead for Independence, and they've scored with a couple of touchdown passes, a couple of touchdown runs, a field goal, and a safety. So they've scored just every which way you can.
Yeah, all three
phases
of it.
Yep, special team, offense. They haven't scored
no
a defensive touchdown
yes.
yet, but different ways on offense with passing for a couple scores and running for a couple scores. And now if you're Scott, I think they're just going to run the clock out and maybe get in the locker room and regroup. That's probably the smart thing to do here. And that's what they'll do. They'll take a knee, and there'll be one more play. They just got to take a knee again. So this will be the last play of the half. And a big crowd here, the home crowd, really hadn't had anything to cheer about as Independence has come down here and in this first half. They've hit a Scott on the chin with a couple of haymakers and staggered them as they'll go to the locker room with a 32-0 Independence lead. So that'll be the halftime score. We'll take a break here for the end of the second quarter and get you into the halftime. Independence leads Scott 32-0 here on Video Productions.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Midstate Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Midstate Ford, home of the Big John deals.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do, at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
Hey, grab me one too.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
And we welcome you back to Skyhawk Field here in West Madison, West Virginia, in Boone County, with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, the stat man Chris Farish on hand, and KB Cameron Ball producing and directing. And at the break, it's all Independence as they lead in the ball game, 32-0. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by the Spartan Factory. They have T-shirts, team uniforms, bags, hats, banners, and more. You can check them out on the website, and their website is the Spartan Factory wv.com. By the way, Eric and I are wearing some sweet swag that Spartan Factory hooked us up with, our video production swag, and they can take care of your business, your team, whatever the case may be. Also, the game tonight is brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia, a proud sponsor of local sports. I'd love to have me a nice blue can of Pepsi right about now. Eric, is I'll tell you right now, the first half, it belonged to Independence, and we're going to take our first halftime break. When we come back, you'll give the numbers, and I'm sure the numbers will bear out how dominant Independence was in that first half.
Yeah, they definitely will reflect the domination by the Patriots in the first half.
All right, we'll take a break, be right back. It's halftime, and Independence is in front of Scott 32-0 here at Skyhawk Field in West Madison, West Virginia, here on Video Productions.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
Access Health began as a small clinic with a simple yet powerful purpose: to care for our neighbors right here at home. From the very beginning, it was about people showing up for each other, building trust, and staying connected. Today, Access Health is serving thousands across Southern West Virginia. But what makes us different isn't just the care we provide, it's who provides it. Our team was born here, trained here, and lives here. This is what community looks like. This is Access Health, by the community, for the community, always.
Hey, grab me one too.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
And we welcome you back to West Madison, West Virginia, here at Skyhawk Field. 32-0, the Independence lead at the break. Tonight's game brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance. And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Scotty Brown, your local State Farm agent at Shady Spring, West Virginia, 681-238-6130. Also, the game tonight is brought to you by Exit Elevation Realty. Exit Elevation Realty are the place to go if you're looking to buy or sell a home. And Luke Richmond, the broker, Steve Morgan, the associate broker. You can check them out on the website at exitelevationwv.com. Well, Eric, you have some of the numbers of the first half.
Yeah, and impressively, Independence has held this Scott offense to 65 total yards, Maris. 6 on the ground and 59 through the air. Quarterback Easterly is 3 of 8 for 59 yards. And he is also, Neal leads them in rushing with 5 yards on 3 carries. I mean, just domination by Independence defensively. And offensively as well, they've really spread the wealth. Silas Nelson has 11 carries, 104 yards, and 2 touchdowns. They have 325 total yards, 109 on the ground, 216, through the air, as Green is 7 of 10 for 216 yards and 2 scores. And he spread the wealth. Linksweiler has 3 catches for 65 yards, Bradbury 1 for 45, and the big hitter for Independence's freshman, KJ Vyers, as he has 3 catches, 106 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, so as we take a look at the drive chart here, Eric, you look at Scott, they had, of course, if you really want to count that last one where they just had to take a knee a couple times, but their first 4 possessions, they had to punt the ball. 7 plays of punt, 7 plays of punt, 3 and out, and then the 5th possession was going to be 3 and out, but they snapped the ball over the punter's head that went into the end zone for a safety and then the half. But Independence, they scored on every drive except for their last one where they didn't score on that last drive, but they were able to actually they did score on that last drive, beg your pardon.
They did as
they did.
Nelson.
Yes, as Nelson got the touchdown. So they got a field goal, then 4 straight touchdowns. So they got there was a safety in there as well, and that's where they got the lead of 32-0. Really, the only thing they haven't really executed, they missed 1 extra point. They had a couple of penalties, but those are things you can clean up.
Yeah, definitely can clean up, and the special teams, as you said, the great kickoffs. They've really the game is rounding out, and the bad news for Scott is that Independence receives the second half kickoff.
Yeah, so anyway, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Eric will update you on some more scores at the break here. 32-0 the lead for Independence. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Summer's here, the Jeep is ready, and at Northside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat, you're getting the best prices in southern West Virginia. Top off, doors open, sunshine pouring in. This is what summer freedom feels like. Your next adventure starts here at Northside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat in Summersville, where everybody rides. Because summer's better with a Jeep and the best deal around.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
This fall, let the beauty of the season in without the chill. At Window World of Beckley, we bring comfort, style, and savings to your home. Our windows and doors are built to handle West Virginia's wild and wonderful weather, keeping the warmth in and the energy bills low. With energy-efficient windows, expert installations, and affordable financing options, it's time to upgrade. It's never been easier to fall in love with your home again. Call 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD today.
And we welcome you back to Skyhawk Field here in West Madison, West Virginia with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. We have the stat man Chris Farish with us and producing and directing KB Cameron Ball. 32-0 is the lead here. The game you're watching, Independence over Scott. And Eric, you have some other scores around West Virginia here in week 4.
Yeah, and we'll start since we're in the AA ranks here with Independence. The team that was number 2 in some polls are tied with Independence at 1. Frankfort hosting single A Tucker County. They're up 28-0 at halftime. Liberty is on the road at James Monroe, and they're trailing 35-7 in the third quarter. Roane County, who was in the top 10 in AA, losing to single A Williamstown right now, 26-14 at halftime. And in the AAA ranks, Oak Hill still up 30-3 over Shady. Westside Renegades are up 20-8 on the road at Pikeview. And let's give some of the big scores in 4A. You know, Huntington and Martinsburg both started off 0-2, but I think they're righting the ship. Huntington is hosting Hurricane right now, and it's 49-7 in the second quarter. And Martinsburg is laying the wood to Hedgesville, 50-7 in the second quarter.
Yeah, in Martinsburg game last week, they were up like 60-something in the first half. And,
in Parkersburg South, a team that Beckley went on the road and beat last week, or across town at Parkersburg, and they're up 17-6 at halftime.
And then Beckley at Bluefield, they're in a tie game, right?
Yeah, tie game at halftime, 21-all.
Yeah, and that's kind of went back and forth. First it was Beckley, then Bluefield went ahead, then Beckley tied it, then Beckley
right back
went
at
ahead,
you.
and then Bluefield back at you to tie the game.
So we're going to see this second half's going to come down to adjustments, and we'll see who can turn the other team over. And it could be the difference in the contest.
Yeah, that game played at Mitchell Stadium in Bluefield. Meanwhile, right here where we're at Skyhawk Field, the first half was all Independence, and they were able to score with a couple of runs for touchdowns with Silas Nelson on the ground, a couple of passes from Brock Green to Byers. And one went for 45, one went for 46 of the exact same play, little wide receiver screen. They got a field goal, and they get a safety, and they lead 32-0 at the break. We'll take another halftime break. It's the Scott Band performing here for the crowd, and we're still about 8 minutes away of starting the second half. The Patriots in front, 32-0. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if Compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon, or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
This fall, let the beauty of the season in without the chill. At Window World of Beckley, we bring comfort, style, and savings to your home. Our windows and doors are built to handle West Virginia's wild and wonderful weather keeping the warmth in and the energy bills low. With energy-efficient windows, expert installations, and affordable financing options, it's time to upgrade. It's never been easier to fall in love with your home again. Call 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD today.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Chevy, where they are right.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Heather Cantley, your Edward Jones financial advisor. She's my financial advisor. She can be yours as well. She has a new location, and she's located on Harper Road in Beckley. You can dial up Heather at 681-254-0097, and she can help you start planning for your retirement. Also, the game is brought to you by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. They have quality custom cabinets, and they are a proud sponsor of local sports. 304-252-2917. And also the game brought to you by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. Leisure Lanes has a 24-lane bowling center with a full-service restaurant. You can bring your family, you can join a league, or you can book your next party there. You can call Leisure Lanes at 304-253-7328. And also brought to you by Infinity Coal Company, located in Sophia, West Virginia. They're now hiring experienced and underground miners. They offer a great wage, great benefits, and you can apply online through the United Company Facebook page, United Coal Company Facebook page. Well, Eric, Scott back out on the field, and we're about 3 or 4 minutes away from starting the second half. And as you mentioned in our last segment, I don't guess there's any good news for Scott. The bad news is they're down 32-0, and Independence gets the second half kickoff.
Yeah, have to find some way to slow down this, well-balanced offense for Independence. So let's see what they dial up here on this first defensive possession.
When you look at Independence, their first drive tonight, they started on their 8-yard line. They were able to drive in field goal range and get a 36-yard field goal. Then they started on their own 10, and it only took them 3 plays to get in the end zone on that drive. Then they started from their own 34, a 66-yard drive. That only took 3 plays. And then they started from their own 28-yard line, and they only needed 4 plays for that. So that's really efficient when you're talking about the high-powered offense that Coach John Lilly has been able to instill to Independence, and not just for this year, but they've had it for multiple years.
Yeah, it's been their MO. They're able to capitalize and defensively, and then score quick strike offense, and it's really put a lot of teams over the last 3 years behind the 8 ball trying to keep up and match Independence score for score.
In the way they score in bunches like that, and they didn't get a turnover, the only thing happened was, that was the safety where the ball was snapped over the punter's head, and he kicked it out of the back of the end zone for Scott. But really, neither team turned the ball over. There was a few penalties here and there, and Scott had a couple of good running plays on that first drive. They had a big pass play, but Independence's defense came up big and then had a big penalty that potential grounding really hurt Scott on that first drive.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where, after the field goal, Scott was able to get a positive gain, if you can remember, right, and got down into the scoring zone. Then all of a sudden, a penalty pushed him back, and then a loss, of and then after that, it just snowballed. The game just got away from him. And, of course, they'll probably put 3 minutes on the scoreboard here.
Well, we hope they don't, because I'll be honest with you, and I think most of our viewers would agree, these halftimes are really long in high school, and they haven't put anything yet on the scoreboard. Matter of fact, there's no score on the scoreboard. They've got zeros. Maybe now they put it back up 32-0. They've got 8 minutes. So I don't know if they're going to run this clock through. No, now they put 3 more minutes on the clock, so you are right. So that means we got to pay some bills, and we're going to have to take another break, and then we'll have the second half kickoff coming up next on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
And we welcome you back to West Madison, West Virginia, here at Skyhawk Field with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. We have KB, Cameron Ball producing and directing, and of course the Statman Genius, like we call him, Chris Farish, with us as well here. 32-0 is the score as we're moments away of getting the second half started, and Independence, Eric, will get the ball to start the second half. And I think if you're Independence, you'll get a lot of what we saw in the first half, try to run Silas Nelson a little bit, not really try. They had success with that, running the ball inside, and then Brock Green, whether he's throwing the ball deep or throwing it short, whatever they've done, they've had success at it.
Yeah, they've really had it clicking, on all cylinders. And just want, if you're Independence gearing up for this big matchup next Friday with Bluefield, you just want to try to get out of this game injury-free and get some playing time, maybe, hopefully, to some of the younger players and start building that depth.
And if you're Scott, you think, right here's where you flip the momentum. You got to get a stop. You're really putting a lot on your defense. Something they haven't been able to do in the first half is to get a stop here in the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and you're right. The defense, they're really going to have to come up big if you want to try to get any kind of momentum, because, as you stated, I think Independence scored on their last 4 possessions, and you don't want them to come out and punch another one in.
So the ball will be teed up, and it'll be the kickoff coming here, and it'll be Breelove who will kick the ball off. The ball's teed up there, right there between the hashes at the 40. We're ready to start the second half. 32-0 the lead for Independence. Independence there in the white, be going left to right on your screen. And here comes the second half kickoff, and it's a little squibber, and it'll be taken by the up back for Independence, trying to weave his way through traffic, and a great return out over the 40.
I think that was Laxton.
It was Laxton, and a nice return as he gets over the 40. And Scott thinks the ball came out, but the referee say no. The ground can't cause a fumble. The ball might have came out, but he was down. And Independence will have great field position to start their first drive of the second half on their own 44-yard line. So it'll be a first down for the Patriots. And they'll overload to the bottom of the screen with trips. Green out of the shotgun. Now they'll go empty. Green takes the snap, throws it behind the line to Silas Nelson, and he'll catch it, get over the 45, and get out to the 47-yard line and get 3 yards on the play.
Looks like they're up to the line, ready to go. Looks like a little 2x2 here. Two wide outs, and
they're making Scott defend the whole field.
And this is where Nelson can really gas you light in the box, and here's that play.
Yep. Throw to Byers. This time Scott's all over it. You think after they hit 2 big touchdowns on that play, you make an adjustment and you're up to the task as Scott was there.
Yeah, that corner has to really come up, and that was well defensed that time.
So as you watch the replay here, it could have easily been maybe a block in the back right there as well.
Yeah, and I was thinking that the cornerback finally showed some aggression coming upfield to make that play.
Here's Green, takes the shotgun snap, 3rd and 7. They force him out of the pocket. He's got some running room, and he decides to run, and he slides. I think he's going to be a tad short, or he's right at the line to gain. And they're going to say a first down.
Yeah, move the sticks, and great scramble there.
So Green able to get out of the pocket, cross midfield, get into Scott territory with the first down, and not like the pros because he started his slide about 2 yards behind the line to gain and gets a first down at the Scott 46-yard line. So 1st and 10, here's Green, pumps, got a man open, wide open, and it's caught. And this is going to be an Independence touchdown. This was well designed, wide open, and that is Linksweiler on the reception. I do believe that is 13. And that is Linksweiler with the touchdown, and Independence strikes 4 plays, 56 yards, a 46-yard touchdown. That's the 3rd touchdown pass tonight by Brock Green. So he's thrown a 45 and 2 46-yard touchdown passes.
Yeah, and nothing fancy there. You have someone just running free down the sideline, and good strike, good pitch and catch, and the easy 6.
38-0, and if you get to 40 or more in the third quarter, it's a rolling clock. 35 or more in the fourth quarter, it's a rolling clock, as the point after is good. So your new score with 10:20 left in the third quarter, it's Independence 39, Scott nothing. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. For all your favorite Italian dishes, plus sandwiches, salads, and seafood, they also have catering, and they have private parties, and you can dial them up at 304-255-5253. Not just one of Beckley's finest restaurants, but one of the finest restaurants in the great state of West Virginia. Well, Eric, Independence makes it look easy, and they lead in the ball game 39-0.
Yeah, this offense is really on fire, and really taking this crowd out of it. Nice home crowd for Scott, but nothing really to cheer about here.
Here's the up man with the squib kick, and it'll be returned across the 45 out to the 46-yard line, and that time is Brown. And, you know, the one thing about it, Scott has had good field position. They just have not been able to make the plays when they've needed it.
Not really been able to capitalize and really started their offensive possessions off. You can get a couple yards in a penalty and bad snap. It's just been, a comedy of errors for Scott here in the first half. So see if they can turn their fortunes around here offensively in the third quarter.
It'll be Nathan Easterling once again at quarterback, and Scott will start 1st and 10 on their own 45-yard line. 39-0 is the score. They put a man in motion. They'll run the ball, and that's going to be just able to get back to the line of scrimmage as Mason Brown had nowhere to go as Independence shuts it down.
Yeah, Independence living on the other side of the line of scrimmage here defensively, and the big guys up front, the front four for Independence, really controlled the contest.
Yeah, you talk about, and so many people do, and rightfully so, the skilled people, but when you win the battle up front in the trenches, that's what makes Independence as good as they are.
No contest up front. It's just really owning the line of scrimmage.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for Scott as they break the huddle with 10 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to hustle if they're going to get this playoff in time. We're down to 5 seconds on the play clock. I'm not sure they realize it. And the play clock might going to run out on them. And it does. I don't think they got the snap off, and they didn't. I could see that coming because they were very, very slow and very late coming out of the huddle and very late getting up and getting into their pre-snap formation. And that'll cost them 5. And those are the kind of things. These are teachable, coachable moments. Regardless of the score, you never want to see your team do this.
Yeah, you got to be efficient. They have a lot of games left ahead of them, and it seems like everything is snowballing right now.
So the penalty moves the ball back to the 40. It'll be 2nd and 15 for Scott. Scott entered the game 1 and 2, and they came in number 22. Of course, you got to be in the top 16 in each class to qualify for the postseason. So here's Nathan Easterling, the quarterback. He surveys the defense out of the shotgun, takes the snap, stands in the pocket, throws to the near side. They make the connection. It's caught to Ryan Neal. Neal is dragged out of bounds by Silas Nelson as he gets over the 45 and out to the 46-yard line.
Finally, the first time that the quarterback's really had a little time to set his feet and threw a strike there.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 9 coming up. Clock moving, coming up on 8:40 for the 3rd. And unless Scott can score a touchdown at the end of the 3rd quarter, in the 4th we will have a running clock. And if Independence was able to score in this 3rd before Scott can score, we'll have a running clock in the 3rd. So here's the 3rd and 9 situation. Easterling out of the shotgun, takes the snap. I don't think he was ready for the snap, and he's just got to go down and eat it on the 40. Now they'll have to punt, but I don't think he was really – I think maybe he was calling another play when they –
Yeah, and he was looking when the ball was snapped. Looked like he was looking to the sideline as he comes up a little lane, too. That's tough trying to recover, the fumble when two Independence defenders are coming at you and piling on you a little bit.
Well, this will be the 6th punt. He's punted the ball.
One of the bright spots, the punter has been able to really flip the field.
Yeah.
As you can see, look how deep you can't see it in the wide view, but the defenders are really respecting, the returners are respecting the leg.
Bradbury on one side, here on the near side, as they punt the ball, and this will be Bradbury taking it inside the 20. He takes it to the far side. He's got a wall. He's got some room as he gets over the 40 and dragged down just shy of the 45, and once again, Independence with great field position.
And once again, looks like some flags.
And that came after the play. So that might be a block in the back. It might bring it back.
I think it's going to be unnecessary roughness on Scott.
Well, the flags came way from behind the play, and there might be a flag over near the sideline where he was tackled, but there's 3 flags right there inside the 35 as we watch the replay.
Yeah, I think it was a little extracurricular activity back to the left.
And the only reason I said maybe a block in the back or hold because the flags are where the flags are laying on the field is normally where you get that. So while we got a minute, you got some more updates, Eric? Of course, people that are watching this game may be interested in that Beckley-Bluefield game. It was 21-all, the last report you gave. As the officials are sorting this out. And they're meeting there about the 35, and here's the call.
And it's still listed at halftime.
Personal foul on Independence. Personal foul on Scott.
Little
They'll
scrum.
offset. And I guess we'll replay it. Probably replay the down and have them punt over again.
Yeah, the score of the Bluefield game is still tied at 21, still at halftime.
Bluefield and Beckley, yep.
Doddridge County, a team that we saw against Liberty, they're up 33-0 in the AA ranks over Ravenswood. South Harrison hosting Polka, 2 other ranked AA schools. South Harrison with the lead, 38-24.
And Oak Hill was still handling Shady.
Yeah, I think there was a stoppage in play. Someone that texted me, I think someone from Shady had gotten injured. They're back playing now. It's Oak Hill up 36-3 in the third.
36-3. So the penalties were offsetting, Eric. So we'll replay the down, and it'll be punt time again for Scott. And Ryan Neal waiting on the snap. And this one's almost over his head. They had one go over his head for a safety. He'll punt this away. That ball will hit and take a big bounce, and Independence will just let it roll. So the penalty really will benefit Scott as the ball will roll all the way down near the 15-yard line. And it's funny, the Scott player trying to push it back, but it'll be right there at the 16. Looks like where Independence will take over. But really, Eric, it hasn't really mattered where Independence has got the ball. They've started on their own 8-yard line, their own 10. They've scored every time they've had the ball. So they'll start this drive on their own 16.
Yeah, and I think just being this deep just gives Independence a chance to really use the whole field. And offensively, they've been able, like you said, on the ground or through the air. And a lot of these touchdown passes, guys are just running free, wide open.
So here's Green, takes the snap, hands the ball to Nelson. Nelson fights for yardage as he gets out near the 20. And he'll pick up 4 yards on the play. So next week, we'll have Independence again. We'll be at Coal City. Independence taking on Bluefield. And if Bluefield were to beat Beckley, it's going to be a big game anyway because Coach Lilly, that's where he's originally from, is Bluefield. But if Bluefield were to beat Beckley, that would just add more fuel to that fire.
Yeah, definitely would.
So from the 19, they actually put him a little shy of the 20, but here's a big running play. This is going to go. No one even near him, and this will be an 81-yard touchdown run. I look behind him, no penalty flags, touchdown, and wow, what a night for this Independence offense, and what a night for Silas Nelson. When we watch the replay, once he broke the first line of defense right there, Eric, that was it.
Yeah, that puts him close to 200 yards rushing, or maybe right on the 200-yard mark.
And he goes for the hat trick. So, we talked about on top of their offensive weapons. Brock Greenstone, 3 touchdowns tonight. Silas Nelson has ran for 3 touchdowns.
Linksweiler has 1.
Linksweiler got 1. Byers
too.
Got a touchdown, and a couple. And then they've got a field goal made. They got a safety. They scored every which way. They lead 45-0. That was a 2-play drive that covered 84 yards. So now with the point after, your new score is Independence 46, Scott nothing. We'll take a break. Be right back here on Video Productions.
bring it back to you.
All right, Allstate. Tonight's game is brought to you by Allstate Insurance. Allstate Insurance are located on Market Road in Beckley. Lori Richmond's the agent. She's my agent, takes great care of me. She'll take great care of you. You can dial up Lori at 304-252-8646. You're in good hands with Allstate. And right now, tonight, Eric, Independence has been in good hands with no matter who they've given the ball to, who has caught it, who has ran it. It's been all Independence, and you can see by the score of 46-0.
Yeah, and I have an update from Bluefield game. Bluefield just took the lead, 28-21.
So that's a battle going on down there. Here's a kickoff that will go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and it will come out to the 20-yard line. So if I am correct, I think that once you get up by 42 or more in the third quarter,
it should be
a running clock, and we'll see if that's the case. Let's see if that will be. And now the ball will be put down at the 20-yard line. And, yes, we start running the clock. So that is the case, Eric. The clock will run. And that's a rule in West Virginia. I'm not sure if that's nationwide, but West Virginia, you get up by 42 or more in the third, the clock runs. 35 or more in the fourth, the clock runs without stopping. So 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. Easterling still runs from the shotgun. We'll hand the ball off. Brown and get a yard maybe. There just really hasn't been any running lanes for Scott. They've maybe have a couple of medium runs early in the game, but nothing really that they can find running the ball.
And the thing is, once they got in such a deficit, such a hole, Independence really can just, like I said, blitz. They can do a lot of stuff defensively where they don't really care. They're not going to take advantage of the man-to-man coverage that Independence would employ by bringing on, that heat. But
so it'll be 2nd down and 9 on their own 21-yard line. They'll work from the shotgun again. Easterling Wicks on the shotgun snap. He's set back to throw. He'll throw the ball short. It's caught by Brown. Brown's run out of bounds shy of the 30. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, that's been their best, positive play, that little swing pass here as we see here on the little general instant replay. Just able to swing it out. Lucky that's not picked, though. That ball hung up in the air.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
For a while.
So it'll be 3rd and 2. And like I said, the clock will continue to run even though they ran him out of bounds because of the rule here in West Virginia. When you get up by 42 or more in the third quarter, clock rolls. So Independence looking to start 4-0 with 2 home wins and 2 road wins. And, boy, like I said, what a big game that will be next Friday. It's going to be a big game anyway, but even bigger should Bluefield upset back. Here's a pass in the flat, and the pass is broken up. And what caused that was the pressure up the gut. Easterling really had to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, and another 4th down punt situation coming up.
And once again, the clock will run because of the rule. And it's 4th down and 2. And, maybe 4th and 2. Maybe they think they would go for it. Looks like they're going to punt. Maybe try a fake punt here.
Yeah, maybe something.
I think they're going to put their offense back on the field and go for it. I mean, it's 46-0, right? So maybe they'll go ahead and go for it here. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. I mean, I get if it's 4th and 8 or 4th and 10, maybe they're going to line up to punt, but I think they're going to fake it. Eric, it was 4th and 2. I can see them maybe going for it, and maybe they bring in a guy late. But if it's 4th and 10, maybe they're going to punt, but I think they're going to snap it short or trying to draw them off sides maybe. They actually do snap it back, and there's the punt. And coming up under it will be Linksweiler. He makes the catch across the 40 at the 42, breaks a tackle, crosses midfield. And they'll knock him down just shy of the 40 on the Scott side of the field. And the flag comes in late.
Now that might be your blocking the back area right there.
So the flag comes in late, and we'll wait and see what the penalty is. As Linksweiler took it from his own 42 down to the 42 of Scott. And we'll get the call from the official. And while we wait for that, let you know that tonight's game is brought to you by the Spartan Factory. Spartan Factory has T-shirts, team uniforms, bags, hats, banners, and etc. and good swag like the kind Eric and I are wearing, and they are located in Beckley, West Virginia. You can check them out on their website, the SpartanFactoryWB.com. We're still waiting for the penalty, and I think you might be right, Eric. It might go against Independence. I still haven't seen what the call is. It's going to be a hold on Independence. So they'll mark that off. And nope, we're going to put the ball down right there at the 43-yard line, it looks like, as the clock is continuing to run. So whatever the discussion is across the way with the officials and head coach John Lilly, it's going to be a first down for Independence at the Scott 43-yard line. So it must have been, maybe they picked up the flag because that's where the tackle occurred. So 1st and 10 for Independence at the 43-yard line.
Well, it looks like Scott has the ball.
Oh, I didn't see what happened there. Did not see. I don't know why Scott would have the ball. You're right, Scott does have the ball. I don't know how that worked out. Scott will have it on their own 43. Easterling takes the shotgun snap, throws the ball. It's a slant. It's caught. Crosses midfield, first down into Independence territory. And that's a nice play. And making the
And behind
catch.
the play, the quarterback is down.
And let's see who that was that made the catch. That is Brown, Jeremiah
Ooh.
Brown. He took a shot.
He
took a real shot. And the Scott sideline wanting a flag on that. And no late hit. And the completion gets the ball down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line of Independence. So we're going to have to find a new quarterback, at least for this play. So it will be Brown. You're calling Peanut Brown will be the backup. He's the one that made the reception on that. And we've got a small stoppage in play.
Yeah, the quarterback, he took one.
Yeah, he did as we watched the replay. And he stood in there, and wow, that easily could have been roughing the passer. Easily could have been. As he hit him, I thought he hit him a little late and hit him up near his head as we watched the replay there. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Scott at the Independence 43. And they'll start the clock here just as the teams come back out on the field. And you can see there on the screen, 2:05 left in the third. You got any score updates, Eric?
I am looking.
Well, hold that thought, and we'll get it after this play. So it'll be Peanut Brown, the quarterback, and the ball's put down at the Independence 43-yard line, first down. Still don't know how Scott ended up with the ball after that last penalty, but we'll figure it out. So 1st and 10 for Scott. Brown waits on the shotgun snap. And now there's another flag, and there's a false start on Scott. And a lot of times that's what happens, Eric, when you bring in a backup, you know, that are not used to the cadence and et cetera.
Yeah, that happens. Change of voice inflection and penalty right off the bat.
So on the penalty, the ball goes back to the 48-yard line, make it 1st and 15. Clock is still turning, a minute and a half remaining here in the third quarter. Of course, we'll have a running fourth quarter clock. And here is Peanut Brown. He takes the shotgun snap. It's a run all the way. He's got some running room, and he gets inside the 45 where he's pushed back. He gets down to the Independence 41-yard line, and now flags come in. And here's what you don't want. You don't want any of this right here because, especially for any team, but you never want to lose a player when a game is out of control like this at 46-0.
Yeah, and I think they took exception to trying to pick up the
quarterback.
The quarterback.
So maybe some of these guys that have been playing, they want to maybe put in some start substituting. So now the officials will get together. Probably going to have a personal foul here on the Independence.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think, offsetting because I think some, Scott took exception trying to pick up the ball carrier.
The quarterback, yeah.
Well, we saw that in the pro game.
Yeah, try to pick
last
him
week.
Slam.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't pick him up
you're not allowed to do that. You can't.
Yeah. And, Scott, as you said, took exception. So we'll see if they call it on both ways or if they just call it a personal foul on Independence. We'll see. So this third quarter has kind of got bogged down a little bit.
Yeah, the longest running clock.
Yes.
Third quarter.
Because it's 1:08 remaining in the third.
It's the longest running clock third quarter I've ever been associated with.
And now we'll see what the penalty is going
It's been
to be.
flag fest like the last 5 minutes.
But what you don't, neither team doesn't want to get anybody ejected where you can't play next week. And, you know, football, I get it's an emotional game, but you got to be under control emotionally. You got to be disciplined.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And I think, I'm not saying any party was wrong, but you can't pick a player up and slam him. Forward progress was stopped, whistle was blown.
So we're waiting to see what the call is going to be. Hopefully neither team will have a player ejected. So there's the call. Personal foul on Independence.
It's going to be offsetting personal foul.
Personal foul on Scott. Second personal foul on Scott, and the player's ejected from Scott. So a player has been tossed for Scott. Number 66 has been ejected. And that is 6 foot, 265 pound. They call him Big E. Ethan Bowie has been ejected. And now the clock should start running again and resume play. But if there's two penalties to one, maybe they'll probably back up Scott and try to get the clock. The clock won't start running until he spots the ball. And that penalty will take it all the way back to the 40-yard line. So the ball will go all the way back to their own 40. The clock's running now. And we're under a minute remaining in the third quarter. And you're right, Eric. This has been the longest quarter to have a running clock. So Peanut Brown is the quarterback. He takes the shotgun snap. They hand the ball to Ryan Neal on the jet sweep, and he stumbles his way across the 45-yard line out to the 46-yard line.
And I see a few new bodies sprinkled in. Maybe if you're Independence, you want to can't afford to get anybody ejected. And I just got a text from, one of our good friends and former ref, and he said you could have as many unsportsmanlike as you want, like team-wise, but if you get two as a player, you're ejected. So I guess both of those were on
the same guy.
On the same guy.
On Big E. All right, this probably will be the final play of the quarters. We're running down to the final 2 seconds. If they get the snap off in time, don't think they will, and they will not. We've forever come to the end of this third quarter.
And lucky they didn't get the snap off because it was getting ready to be motion.
Yeah.
It's going to be a penalty.
That's the end of 3. It's Independence 46. Scott nothing. Back with the fourth quarter. Coming up next here on Video Productions.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
All right, back here at Skyhawk Field in West Madison, West Virginia, going to the fourth quarter. 46-0 the lead for Independence. It's a third down and 20 for Scott. We got a running clock. Here's Brown, Peanut Brown. He's yanked down by the face mask.
That's a big face mask.
Yeah, and the flags come out. That'll be a 15-yard penalty. That's an easy play to call.
So, guys, like we've been talking about, this is 7 out of the last 10 plays, probably seven penalties.
And not just penalties, talking about really flagrant.
Yeah, I mean that's egregious. That's big time.
As flagrant as it gets.
Yes.
So, but it's not enough for a first down in high school, a play like that, which I totally disagree. I think it should carry an automatic first down.
Yeah, it's one of those rules we talked about. If it's a personal foul like that, it should be. And then you can have an illegal contact, which is a 5-yard penalty, and automatic first down. So just doesn't add up.
Yeah, it's still going to be third down. The ball's inside the 30 at the 38-yard line of Independence. And like I said, it's a 15-yard penalty. So they're going to need 5 yards on the third down play. Brown waits on the snap. Long count. They put Neal in motion. They fake it to him, throw the ball, and looked like it might have been deflected at the line. Because that ball kind of the direction that ball kind of came out
the way it came out a little. But that play was there.
Right.
If you look, loosened up.
So that'll bring up fourth down. Like I said, the clock will continue to run. Yeah, I'm not sure, like I said, if the ball maybe it didn't get deflected, but it looked like it did because the way, like I said, the way that you're right, the way the ball just died, like the trajectory of the ball. Last year was a really tight game. Independence had to hold Scott off on the final drive to win, but not the case down here. Independence has made a statement on the road. So fourth down play. They fake the pitch, same play. They throw it, and it's caught. And it's a first down inside the 25-yard line. And that's Sharps. Hayden Sharps, a 6 foot, 185-pound senior on the reception at the 24-yard line and a first down.
That was a good throw because it was well defensed. The linebacker got good depth for Independence, and the corner was over, and safety was over top. It was just a good pitch and catch there.
So here's the best opportunity since way back in the first quarter for Scott to have an opportunity to score. Have the ball at the Independence 24-yard line. And it's a bad snap, and we have to get on it. And, it seems like we've seen that even back in the first half, Eric. Whenever Scott got a couple of positive plays, they had a play like that.
Yeah, something self-destruct themselves.
And the loss all the way back to the 35-yard line. So that's a loss of 11. 2nd and 21. On a turning fourth quarter clock coming up on 8.5 to go. Independence is going to go to 4-0. Scott's going to fall to 1-3. And Independence and Bluefield the last score you gave, right? Bluefield was in front 28-21. I do believe that was the last score you gave.
Yes, tied up at 28. A.J. Thomas
28.
with a touchdown catch.
And there's a penalty there. And what do we got? Maybe a false start. It never looked like Scott's offense was set on that play. And that's the case, and they'll penalize them 5 more and take the ball back to the 40-yard line. So, Eric, I remember the last time Beckley and Bluefield played down at Bluefield, it was on a hot Saturday afternoon, and Beckley had to hold Bluefield on a two-point conversion to win the game by 1 point. So
anytime you play at Mitchell Stadium, man.
So it looks like this game is kind of taking the same shape as that game did the last time they played down there.
Well, our field reporter said there's totally no defense, and whoever has the ball last probably will win it.
And both teams, I understand, got good kickers, so a field goal could come into play there. Here's a pass play, and it's almost picked off and should have been.
I think that was a pick six, too.
Yeah.
He had a convoy. Let's see who dropped that one for Independence. Looks like, Connor James, another freshman. He wished he had that one back because that was.
Well, you're right, Eric, and I think he was probably saying
he
how
saw wide open spaces.
Like, what kind of dance am I going to do when I score?
Exactly right.
To concentrate on catching the ball.
He was working on that dance.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna get 15 the fun way.
Yeah.
15-yard penalty, flags everywhere.
Yep. Coming up on the 7-minute mark left in the game, 3rd and forever for Scott at the Independence 40. Quarterback is Peanut Brown. He's in relief of Easterling, who took a big shot. They'll run the ball up the gut, and that'll be a yard or 2 at best. And that also Brown. So you got Brown, you got Mason Brown, who ran the ball, and you got Jeremy Peanut Brown, who's now in relief at quarterback. And it brings up 4th down at the Independence 39-yard line. We'll have a quick wrap up in the Pioneer Community Bank post-game show. And Eric, good thing you're with me because I think I forgot how to get out of here. I've never been here to West Madison, West Virginia before. First time ever being here at this great facility, and the people have been so great here at Scott High School.
Yeah, it has been pleasant, that's for sure.
All right, here's a 4th down pass play. Going to try to throw the home run ball. Got a man open down the sideline, and it's broken up at the last minute, and that's a nice play by the young man for Independence.
Yeah, Paxton Myers, another freshman.
A freshman, and good defensive play by Myers.
And good on them, though. They put in the young guys, and they're still, anytime you can go on the road and maybe pitch a shutout, you want to keep that, that goose egg up there. And the young guys came in and stood up defensively.
So Independence will take over on their own 39, and let's see if you would think they might make some changes here offensively. With just 5:51 and the clock still running and leading 46-0.
And it looks like Scott has as well.
Yeah, so
as well.
Both teams kind of emptying out their rosters. And now maybe a timeout to make sure you get the right personnel in. So while there's a timeout on the field, we'll take a quick break. Be right back here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Five and a half to go in this one, and it's been all Independence as they lead in the ball game 46-0. And Eric, they really put this game away early as they were able to score the first. They scored the first 5 times, but really when they got up 17-0, they made it really tough. As we got Paxton Myers in at quarterback, there's a handoff, and that's going to lose some yardage. It's the new player into the ball game. That is, let's see who took that handoff. And they got some numbers out there we don't have on our roster.
That's the way it usually works. When
you get to right here under 5 minutes and up 46-0. But Paxton Myers is the quarterback. It'll be 2nd down for Independence as the loss goes back to the 37-yard line. So Independence and Bluefield will have the game next Friday night.
Yeah, because there's a number 2 in it, running back, and we don't even have him rostered.
On the roster, right. And this is an updated roster. But anyway, we'll be at Coal City next week, 7 o'clock kickoff, as Myers will keep it. He'll get to the edge. He's got running room. He crosses midfield, down the far sideline. He's zigging and zagging, and he gets all the way down to the Scott 35-yard line.
Yeah, Paxton Myers, we had a chance to cover him in middle school. Great athlete, real solid at quarterback, Independence, but you need to find that young man somewhere, to play, which they probably will next year. Got to mix him in.
Yeah, he gets down to the 36-yard line of Scott. And you're right, Independence has so many versatile players that can do so much in multiple positions. You got some more scores, Eric?
Yeah, I'm trying to update some of the AAA scores. The 4A scores.
Right, hold that thought, and we'll get it after this play. Myers waits on the snap, hands it off. Here's a running play. There's a nice little hold and a good run. And let's see who the young man that was that carried the ball is Jacob Grimmett, sophomore, 5'5", 135-pounder.
So let me run down some quick 4A scores. Morgantown, number 1 in 4A, go on the road to Connellsville, Pennsylvania to knock the Falcons out 48-21. The crosstown counterpart, University, who was ranked number 2 in the previous polls, on the road at Wheeling Park, and losing 42-28.
Wow, Wheeling Park looks like they're going to close in on a big win. And we'll have you check on the Beckley Bluefield game after this play as we come up to the final 3 minutes left in it. Independence winning in a big way, 46-0. Myers keeps it himself, has some running room, breaks the tackle. As he gets inside the 20, he's not done yet, and they sling him down inside the 15. Cagey runner right there in Paxton Myers.
Yeah, and the Beckley Bluefield game entering the 4th quarter, 28-all. Let's check the Liberty score. Liberty was on the road. James Monroe final. Liberty, James Monroe 42, Liberty 21.
So they double them up. James Monroe gets back in the win column after losing to Bluefield last week.
Then we'll check the Oak Hill
Shady game,
Shady's 36-3 still.
And looks like Oak Hill's going to get back in the win column. Shady, after beating St. Albans, going to drop 3 straight games.
Yeah, and it seems like Shady's offense is really tanked. Yeah, sputtering.
Well, they've had problems up front. They've got really good skilled people, but you got to have that line up front. Here's a running play. This might go to the house, and it will for an Independence touchdown. So Independence able to score, and that is Jacob Grimmett. And that is a 5-play, 39-yard drive and a 13-yard touchdown run.
Very efficient by the young, we'll call them JV, but they came in and ran the offense like it should be run.
That'll take the score to 52-0. So they'll line up to try the PAT with a 52-0 lead. They haven't put the points up yet on the scoreboard. Now they have. And here comes the point after. High snap. The hold is good. And the kick is also good. So with 1:45 and counting, we'll keep it here. 53-0 Independence. And, Eric, I'll be honest. I kind of felt Independence had the upper hand in this game. I never thought they would be up 53-0.
And it's the way the momentum goes. Like you said, when it was 3-0, and Scott made a big play in the passing game, got down to the 20, and promptly had a penalty and a snap behind, and it just snowballed after that.
Right. But, Scott, I think, are going to win some games, and obviously that would help Independence. But I'll tell you what, you're going to have a really good line, and you're going to have some athletes if you're going to slow this Independence down in Class AA.
In the trenches, and you're going to have to, and you just said that, not only line, you're going to have to be able to play man coverage on the outside in space and tackle in space, because if you take a light box, they're going to just run Silas Nelson. As you can see, he can take it to the house from 80 yards out, or he can pound it, and pick up 20, 6, 7. He can do whatever. He's an all-purpose back.
So we've probably only got maybe one more play left. The clock continuing to run. 53-0 Independence. They're going to go 4-0. Scott's going to go 1-3. And we'll have the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show real quick.
If I was Independence, I'll take a delay game here, not even kick it. Seriously.
I would too.
Just take a procedure and
they're just probably going to squib it, and they do. And this will probably be the last play. And Scott will get the ball down, and the clock should run out. And that should be the final game. We don't want any more pushing and shoving. And that's the ball game, folks. Your final score as the number 1 team in Class AA, Independence. They come on the road and they flex their muscles. Independence shuts out Scott 53-0. We will take a quick break and come back and get you to the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show coming up next here on Video Productions.
Ready to turn your passion into a career? At New River Community and Technical College, we've got the programs to get you there. Dive into our food service and event management program. Learn skills from kitchen basics to business budgeting and become seasoned for success. Or if the great outdoors is calling, answer it with our outdoor recreation program. Receive hands-on training that readies you to lead, inspire, and explore. Whatever you're passionate about, we have a path for you. Visit newriver.edu today. Start here. Go anywhere.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
Hey, grab me one too.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon, or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro like it never even happened.
Colder days are coming. Replace those old drafty windows and doors now. Call Window World of Beckley today. 1-800-WINDOW WORLD.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
And we welcome you back to Skyhawk Field in West Madison, West Virginia. Final score, Independence. They defeat Scott 53-0. Independence remains unbeaten. They are 4-0, and Scott will go to 1-3. And here in the Pioneer Community Bank post-game show, and Eric, you have the numbers, and I'm sure the numbers will reflect that 53-0 Independence beatdown. 527
total yards of offense, and you're talking balance for Independence. 262 on the ground, 265 through the air. Bear says Green was 9 of 13, 265 yards and 3 touchdowns. And on the ground, Nelson was 13 carries, 189 yards and 3 scores. They had 2 wide receivers go over the 100-yard mark. KJ Vyers with 4 catches, 106 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Linksweiler with 4 catches, 111 yards and 1 touchdown. And not much offense. They had for Scott 1 yard total rushing and 100 through the air.
Yeah, so we appreciate the stats from the stat man, Mr. Chris Farish, doing a great job as always. We'll take our final break, come back and wrap this one up. Final score, Independence beats Scott 53-0 here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Access Health began as a small clinic with a simple yet powerful purpose: to care for our neighbors right here at home. From the very beginning, it was about people showing up for each other, building trust, and staying connected. Today, Access Health is serving thousands across Southern West Virginia. But what makes us different isn't just the care we provide, it's who provides it. Our team was born here, trained here, and lives here. This is what community looks like. This is Access Health, by the community, for the community, always.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They've tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Levy, where they are right.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
And for the final time tonight, we are here at Skyhawk Field in West Madison, here on the campus of Scott High School. Final score: Independence beat Scott 53-0. Independence 4-0. Scott 1-3. Eric, your final take of this massive win for the Patriots?
Massive road win, and ready to get home for the Patriots, and probably welcome them in a Bluefield team who's probably going to come off a massive upset over Beckley. But my thoughts are it's going to take a well of an effort to beat this Independence team.
Yeah, Independence are good in all phases, and even though the defense didn't score, it really held up their end, though, from keeping Scott from scoring.
Yeah, they really won the line of scrimmage, and it's cliche football, but until you can match them strength for strength up front, you're not going to beat this team.
And that'll do it from here. Once again, the final score 53-0. We appreciate everybody here at Scott High School that made helping prepare our broadcast. Of course, we have the stat man, Chris Farish, does a great job as always. He was ciphering with his fingers and his toes with all those numbers that Independence was putting up. Of course, our producer and director, KB Cameron Ball. And for my color man, Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry. Once again, the final score is